Yeah, that's how we ended.
Oh,
Alright.
So question. So, my, I'm obviously not a DC weapon mod.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Alright. Zyra, down. Hey, Zyra, down.
Dude, I'm so short.
My shield is considered.
Josh, you can't even see me. I'm like over here in the corner.
Hi, Josh. You're beautiful.
It's just an action. So, like.
I don't think you can see me now, but just
know.
know.
I thought you said it was second.
I can see that. Well, no, so like at the start of initiative, right?
That's all you need to see is my ear and one peck.
You have that secondary action, which is like. Just
Hi, Dave.
How's it? What's audio like
the
on it?
attack
Can you
with that sword is your
double check everything?
Now, if you wanted to not attack that first turn, you could grab the shield, and you would just not attack on the first turn.
Yeah.
So that way, like, you would start combat with that 18 AC. So that could be really good in play.
Looks good. Sounds good.
Okay.
You hear everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Children, we've officially started. No, I can't
Come
hear
on,
you.
you know what looks sweet.
Here he comes, the man. Here he comes to wreck the day.
You guys want a chip out here in case you guys want to munch? Jack, you got a bowl or something?
I'm
You can
good.
put the chips in?
I'm good for now.
Oh,
Okay, good.
What? Appreciate you.
He just wants to kiss you.
I just want to get moving because we're live. Hi, everybody here.
Hello, everyone.
We'll get started in just a second. Oh my God! Could you make more noise? This is the people I have to work with.
Well, that's rude, dude. It's just.
We're your friends.
Barely.
Damn.
Whoa! Whoa.
Shots freaking fired.
What? All right.
Turns out we're just spam.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Hello.
Oh, do we have
Hello.
do we have Dave?
Oh, he's here.
He's here?
That's
So
right.
how's it kind of looking at us from?
Dave.
how's it coming from
Where
the
is
side?
he?
There and then.
Is that the Logitech?
That's
Oh, are they right here?
Yeah.
Hi. Can you hear me, Dave? Sweet.
We really are the bargain buyer, aren't you?
So, we were discussing something earlier with dual wielding. So, like, say you have your shield and your hammer out. If you want to two-hand your hammer, you actually have to put away your shield first. So we're going to be aware of that. Other than that, we're good.
Dave in the chat just asked if that was Ben.
What?
He wants to wave to David,
David, are you here?
looking like Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I see. I see his thing.
Looking like Hugh Jackman.
Is that the one who can't play Fortnite?
It's lit.
We don't play Fortnite here. This is strictly a niche.
This is only D&D and D&D only.
Anybody who cheers or sends a donation, Caleb will be topless.
I mean, I'll think about it. If I get the money for it, I mean. We can talk about it.
Set up a Cash App with just this account.
Yeah.
You know?
Both of you still owe me money.
Yeah.
These
How
nuts.
much? What was the
Wait,
total?
we're fully.
Jackson made 15, so like 7 is good.
How is 6?
We're full HP,
I'll
right?
do it.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
tell you what, if you blow me a kiss, I might just agree to that. Stop. Kendall's got something to worry about.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're
Tell me
talking
something
about
she
Kendall
doesn't
Jenner.
know.
Is she watching?
Oh, hell
Hell
No.
She wants nothing to do with my nerdery.
Meanwhile, Wendy's on the couch probably watching me right now.
Lucky you.
Hi, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy, for Caleb's support.
And David's here, so I have like 2 hats.
You need to talk to Kendall and get her to get on board as well. Tell her that she's really hurting my, my feelings.
Just paint it.
As soon as Josh comes back, we're starting this session 6 because we need to get.
Yeah, we can start. I mean, we can start our introductions and stuff. He doesn't have to be here for it. Like he can do us.
Tell him he's got 1 minute. We're all going to start introductions.
He said we only need
Yeah, I mean, we're already going to be playing without him for 2 hours.
Yeah, who cares?
This is going to be doing what Gorram did for the first time in the play. When David couldn't make it, Gorram just sat in the corner. Casting sacred flames like it wasn't tomorrow. He did nothing.
Hey.
Can I get a 1? Can I get a 2? Can I get a sacred flame?
We need a widget for Sacred Flame.
Oh my god.
Sacred flame.
When we get more emotes, we have to do sacred flame. For
Dude,
one.
for real.
At 15 subs, I get another emote slot.
Nice.
Sacred flames in the chat, boys.
David, that one session when you were away for a little bit, we definitely treated your character kindly. I promise. We didn't make him cast Sacred
When
Flame.
did we play without him?
That one time he was like late and we had to play without him for like the first hour.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Oh yeah, Ben, you have to play distance for 2 hours tonight, so.
Yeah.
I have to play distance? Okay.
I
I will
or
do
we
my
can,
best.
or we can
to
leave
Josh
him at an
justice.
N.
Yeah, we can leave him at the end if we really need to.
Do you know the reason why Josh is abandoning us? For a
Yes.
soccer game.
I thought it
Oh,
was
yeah,
for
we
his
know.
kids, and it wasn't.
He told me it was for a soccer game.
Alright,
Right.
so. Stream
Is he back?
lit tonight, already.
Yeah, he's back.
Absolutely.
They're looking at me and
Absolutely,
my-
Josh.
Alright.
Leonardo DiCaprio here.
Hey, he's looking at. Josh, can you see more than Lush, or can you only see that small panel?
He sees my tit and my ear.
Like, what are you looking at as far as us?
Good view.
Can you see like?
That's what I told him. That's all he needs to see.
I see Jack, I see Luch, and I see Caleb's arm.
Oh, okay. Can you see all of me? Can we like move it sideways?
Oh, me.
Yeah, we could.
All right. You want it? I can't reach. I'm really short. Actually, no, it's fine. I got it.
I'm really short, says the tallest guy here.
No. I just mean like in this chair. I'm really small.
I'm really small. Help me.
So first of all, I'm really small.
You guys want to hear me call me Grandma?
Better.
What?
That's enough.
All right.
Sorry, you can't. You're
Alright.
in a different.
Here we go.
Different plane existence now. You can't talk.
We roll.
So we are going to introduce ourselves for everybody that's new that might be watching. Right. So.
you can't have chocolate, baby.
Actually, Ben, why don't you? Let's not do the recap yet.
We'll start the campaign or the session.
Yeah, he'll do the recap in a second. Just careful with the wrapper first. So we'll go. If you, actually anybody that's watching, so you can see on the screen, we have all 5 of our character names that you can reference what we are, the level, race, subclass, all that good stuff up on the screen. In the future, we'll have more information. I'm sure. I'm gonna improve it and do all that. But why don't we go? We'll start over here.
Alright. Hello, everybody. My name is Caleb, and I am playing Akalius, the Zealot Barbarian, the Orc Slayer.
He's like Josh when he's like in the bonus level podcast. If you leave him alone, he'll just like role play by himself for an hour.
Damn right I will. So, yes, I'll be playing the part of Akalius the Barbarian. I am bloodthirsty. I will kill orcs on sight, and I have a fondness for animals and wolves alike, as you shall see probably. And by
You're
probably
nice.
mean constantly.
It's kind of
You're nice.
nice.
You're a nice guy. You're nice to people.
Yeah, I'm nice.
Speaking
Unless,
of wolves, I got
unless
a
you
wolf.
got green skin.
By the way,
boy.
you know what I forgot?
I have a wolf underneath the table.
I have weapon bond. I totally could have weapon bonded that great axe and then sold it to him, and then when we left town, I could have summoned it.
Dude, that's true.
Damn. We should do that.
Right.
We gotta
That would have been genius. Right? That would've- he would have been so pissed.
We're
He would have been
we're-
so mad.
So we're gonna have to kill something really mythical next time. Take it, and we'll just do that in every city.
We'll just create scams.
You keep selling it. You're running a
Oh.
scam.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, Naomi.
would
Who's Naomi?
Would anyone else like to introduce
Wendy's
themselves?
little sister.
Hi,
Yeah,
Naomi.
we're all gonna go around.
Alright.
Go
Hi,
ahead.
Naomi.
Go ahead, Luch.
Luch.
Oh. Hi, my name's Luch. I am the co-host for the bonus level podcast. I play Raz Desh. He is a fun-loving guy who tells nothing but the truth. He's also an Eldrich Knight, so you know he's a total badass. And he carries the group in all combat.
Who we just met.
Who we just
Haven't-
met.
We fought.
Oh,
once.
and I played the recently deceased Lurelion. However, you guys didn't see his death, but it was traumatic. And I think Jakkar was also really, it really tugged at
I
his
was
heart.
secretly hurt.
He was secretly hurt by that.
Yeah.
If you hear us say the word "pussy" constantly, then
Khadgar is
Yeah.
living amongst us. I am Jack, of course. I am playing Jakkar, the half-elf ranger. Sometimes I am a really good shot, and other sessions I can't hit shit.
it's all sessions, so it's one or the other.
Yeah.
He
What
either
you
sucks
want.
or he's good.
That's what you want in a ranger.
It's literally I'm awesome and I hit everything square between the eyes, or I miss.
I mean, you got Aurora. So
I mean, and that's what I was gonna say. Now I'm a Beastmaster as my fighting class type. So now I actually have a dire wolf named Aurora with me that does all the damage for me, so I don't have to worry about
He's
it.
either
We're going to have our
Legolas.
2 online
Yes.
compatriots introduce themselves.
And then normally, so we have 2 other people in our party. One is always remote, and then one is normally here, but isn't tonight. So we have 2. You can't see them, but you will be able to hear them. So, Josh, why don't you introduce yourself? Speak clearly and loudly. Okay. Hi.
I'm Josh. I play Distance. I am a horny bard. Tiefling bard. And yeah, I think that's about it.
All right.
Oh, I was supposed to bring here one.
Yeah. Dave, 1 second. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Dave.
I am Dave. I'm playing Gorram, a mountain dwarf cleric. Unfortunately,
Fun.
An exceedingly handsome
Exceedingly handsome.
mountain dwarf.
Says Sacred Flame for us, and we all are ecstatic every time he does it.
Every time.
Oh my god, the best.
And then Ben, you can introduce yourself and then kick everything off.
So my name is Ben. I am the dungeon master and also. Well, thank you, Ben.
He's so hot.
The creator of the world of Elendel. I'm the one that's throwing these guys through all the hoops. So I guess to get us started, am I just recapping the last episode?
Yes.
All right.
Because the last stream we
What do
did
we
a
call
full
them
recap.
episodes?
Yeah.
We're already famous.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so last time, the party made their way out of a cave and stumbled upon the town of Safeguard. Before leaving said cave, they encountered a Minotaur and they slew it. They traveled deeper into the cavern and discovered heaping piles of silver that they could only access once they defeated a few skeletons in there. But they did it with ease and recovered their treasure and left the cave. Desh was introduced to them in this cave. He seemed like a bit of an enigma that they kind of needed to figure out.
Yes.
They have, however, agreed to let him follow the party. Part of this is because of a yearning to perhaps satisfy the prophecy that they were foretold by Tyrion, a celestial. Desh was actually sent to the cave on an errand from the nearby town. So, as they leave, they head to the town of Safeguard. They went to the blacksmith, exchanged weapons, bought new equipment. Some of them exchanged their silver for gold so they wouldn't be so hampered by its weight. Ultimately, however, they all ended up going back to the inn. The last one, though, was our friend Distance, the Tiefling bard, and unbeknownst to his party, he found a group of homeless people and purchased a child from them. How that will play out, we have yet to see. And welcome to Elendel.
Elendel.
All right.
And welcome anybody that's listening for the first time, if you're listening to it live or playing it back.
Join us on this journey. It should be great.
5 now.
So
6.
That was fun.
It's a great overlay, by the way.
it is
It's a great overlay, by the way.
early morning. You are all at the inn.
I deserve it.
So I'm pretty sure all of you are sleeping.
Yes.
So
I want to do weapon bonds before we didn't really fall asleep yet. I'm going to do weapon bonds. That's okay.
I mean, you can just do it first thing in the morning, man.
I didn't miss anything.
I don't think you guys are in a hurry. Okay. Can't just have you travel back in time.
I am an Eldrich Knight.
Back time.
So anyway, it is early morning. You're at the inn. What would you all like to do?
Do my weapon bond ritual.
Okay. Desh will like to perform a weapon bond ritual. So,
Are we
which
all-
weapon are you bonding?
My long sword.
Longsword? Alrighty. So over the next hour, you will be concentrating on your ritual.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I'm in a separate room, right?
Yes, you all have
We're all in
separate
our own
rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was. Are we all in our rooms here?
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before the party necessarily wakes up?
I'm gonna wake up and get my stretch on.
I said before the party necessarily wakes up.
I woke up.
Akalius has risen.
You already said we're
He's
awake.
even a stretch.
Wait, how can we do anything before we wake up?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone had anything to do
Minus
before
one until
the rest of the
minus
group.
zero.
That's all. You know. All right. So
I'm gonna
Akalius, you said you wanted to wake up and stretch.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
stretch.
Dave, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cast Blessings of the Forge on my Warhammer. So it's +1/+1.
All right.
Hot.
I'm gonna stretch. Ugh.
This is Akalius stretching. Ready?
Ugh.
You guys like this?
Guys, he's a dwarf. He's got like nubs for arms. So like he's like
These nubs,
stretching.
Sonny. These nubs.
You guys ever watch like the first like Spy Kids movie? He's kind of like a thumb.
Hey, I'll take it, dude. They were jacked.
Thumb.
You really nailed
Not
it.
Gorram though. Gorram's awesome.
That's weird. Okay.
All right. What would everyone else like to do?
I'm eating.
All right.
And I'm
We
gonna.
need to prepare our spells.
Yep.
I'm eating and I'm giving Aurora some food.
For the day are going to be my cure wounds, my healing words. Going to go with my hellish rebuke and
Thunderclap.
let's take Thunderwave.
Thunderwave.
God damn
Hey. Thunderwave.
Just in case. You never know.
Yeah, just in case you want to just kill everybody in the party.
All right. Sounds good. Anyone else would they like to prepare spells? Sorry.
He said his are gonna be the same as last week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Same for me. I only have the 3.
Same.
Are you gonna ask me what I'm gonna prepare? What spells?
What are you preparing?
These guns, baby.
I think I want to say these nuts.
Nah, this
All
is a
right.
family stream.
So everyone is awake and moving. Some of you have prepared spells.
Other view.
Desh is focusing on his ritual.
Question: Eldrich Knight, I believe they don't have to prepare, right? They automatically have the spells available to them. You just use up the slots, I believe. I think that's what it says for spellcasting.
Yeah, since you only have a couple. So.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So.
Alright, I guess I'm going to go downstairs in the inn and get some food while waiting for everyone to kind of meet up.
Curiosity.
Just by yourself, or
Are you with child?
You guys don't know about that.
What? Who's asking?
yeah, it's just,
I wasn't using my voice, so obviously me.
just wanted to specify.
It sounded like he was alone to me.
Alright, I'm gonna go down to wherever the meeting, the lobby / food place would be.
Are we sure he hasn't already eaten?
I'm going outside because I've already eaten. So I'm going outside.
Has it been an hour?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I will eat, and then I will go downstairs.
Are you eating at the inn?
Just rations.
Okay. All right.
I have 10 days, right?
For a cloak if I don't have one already.
Say again, Dave.
I'm going to go to a shop and look for a cloak.
Okay. While you're on your way, I would like for you to roll a perception check for me.
We just fight the town.
The guys felt strong with his Minotaur axe is coming for him.
I really wish I did that weapon bomb. Just
Now I know.
I wish you'd be like.
Dave? Is he there?
Oh,
It's not
he's
Should
silent.
be okay.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
It is 19 plus 1, so it's 20.
Beautiful. All right. So, while you're on your way to the general store, you happen to notice something that for some reason you didn't really notice before.
Is it another dog bartender?
There's actually an information board
Oh.
right outside the general store,
How convenient.
and it gives you a map of the town.
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Has a big question mark above it.
He has 2 maps now.
One to my heart and the other to this town. Oh, wait, what?
Sweet girl.
Triceratops. There we go.
It's a dog.
Well, I'm hoping this is it. Oh, there it is. D&D. And I'm going to share that map with you guys on Discord. All right.
Okay.
There's a map.
And also, there is a. This is the actual map.
Oh snap!
Oh my god! Wow.
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 Okay.
All right.
Well, damn.
That's a pretty good looking town. You said this town was decrepit.
You did say the word decrepit.
I just said it wasn't that nice.
Is that a very large tree in the middle?
What's a guild?
It's where they make weapons and stuff, I think, right?
That's a blacksmith, Jack.
No,
Thank you.
guild.
The well
It's-
mark. Oh, there's a well, which
There's a
means
well.
dungeon.
So basically,
Does it though?
a guild is basically like where you would go to meet other people who are adventuring or, you know, take assignments, quests, things like that.
The barracks is over there. Which way did we come in through this
You
gate?
came in through that gate,
Okay.
yes. And did you guys on the Discord get the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it seeable?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So, that being there, Gorram, you said you would like to buy a cloak.
Yeah, I think every hero should have a cloak.
I think
Ooh.
you're right.
He calls
I-
himself a hero.
I've been wearing a cloak for the past 2 sessions, and I'm just constantly brooding. So I mean, it's perfect.
Nobody notices cloak still.
I mean, I got a helmet and like some full suit of armor, so I look like a badass.
So you go to the
Self-proclaimed.
general store, and you see that they have several different cloaks. Some of them even have a little bit of maybe padded armor kind of lined inside of them. Other ones seem like they might be a little more insulated, perhaps a heavier fabric that they're made out of. They have a pretty decent assortment of colors. What would you be interested in buying?
Did you say they have wool? Just a wool cloak?
They do have a wool cloak.
Gray, black, brown, any of those colors would work.
They have all of the neutral colors. However, if you want something a little flashier, like green or red, it seems like the pickings are slim.
Nope, the gray one would be fine.
All right. So you pick up your cloak and you bring it to the person at the front of the store, and she asks you for 2 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
It's a robbery out here,
Why
boys.
is it 2 gold pieces for a shitty cloak?
It's a nice cloak.
It's not that nice.
You said it's not that nice.
The person looking at you seems rather offended by the fact that you called their cloak not nice. And he repeats, 1 gold piece.
Give him the gold piece and
Give
take
him
the
some of
cloak.
that Scottish charm, bro. You got this.
I don't know, 1 gold piece is still pretty steep for a cloak. I bought 2 pouches for 4 silver pieces.
Well, then what would you like? Give me an offer.
They would just say what we like.
I'll give you 50 silver pieces.
50 silver pieces.
1 copper piece.
Feels like I'm being swindled here.
I'm not sure about that.
Alright, fine. 50 silver pieces it is.
Go ahead.
Is that 5 gold?
Can you repeat that?
50 silver pieces it is.
Alright, thanks. I will pay you the 50 silver pieces and leave, because I don't want anything else there ever.
Oh my god.
I'll just have you know you paid 5 gold for that.
10 silver is 1 gold.
The old bait switch.
I thought it was 100 silver.
No.
No, it's 10 silver is 1 gold.
You got, you got safeguarded.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Gorram would know that 100 silver pieces is not 1 gold. I mean,
I would say yeah. He does know his metals.
It's true.
It would be RP when.
So, what would you like to do for now? Yeah? Are you done at the store, Gorram?
yeah, as long as I pay 5 gold for a shitty cloak.
I'll tell you what, I'll double check for you. But I don't know, man.
Just kill him.
Just come tell me.
Just
I'll
end his
give.
life.
I'll give him the shakedown.
Yeah, just kill him. That's all you gotta do, man.
Josh may or may not already be buying kids, allegedly, that nobody knows about.
Except for you keep referencing it, so I'm not sure.
Yep, so 10 silver is 1 gold.
I use time
I
travel.
felt like it was something completely different.
No.
Oh, no, it was. Yeah, no.
10 is over.
Whatever.
Or was it 100?
No, it's 10.
It's 10.
That's what I based it off.
10
of.
was 1? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 10 silver is 1 gold.
Yeah, because I have like 300 gold now.
So Gorram,
Yeah, so what's going on here?
do you still want the cloak?
Not for 5 gold.
You might have to go back and talk to the person.
I didn't have 5 gold on me.
We got a lot of gold, bro. We got like 340 gold.
Well, you paid it in silver. You didn't pay in gold,
Yeah, but
technically.
those are silver pieces, so I would have handed her 50 silver pieces, or the equivalent of.
Yeah, so you paid him. You paid him in
You
silver.
paid the equivalent of 5 gold.
Okay, well, what I'm saying here is, wouldn't Gorram actually know? I mean, he's 250 years old. How much silver is in a gold piece?
Are you trying to say that you meant to spend 5 silver pieces and not 50?
Half of a gold piece.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And it is done.
By the will of God, it shall be so.
Yep, you spent 5 silver pieces.
There you go.
I'll give you that.
He or she rolled in that
Thank you.
one. How much you want that? It's not going to be a good day for you, man.
Next time, though, I need everybody to be aware of monetary exchange values. That's your
Yes.
homework.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
will-
you give them your 5 silver. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna head back afterwards.
Okay. So you head back to the inn, everyone.
I'm
Well,
outside.
yeah, I'm down wherever. Do I see distance? Do I see anything? Like, who else is in the thing eating?
Distance. Are you still eating at the inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that transaction went pretty,
I was
pretty
just.
quick that I don't think that I would have eaten and run by now, so I'm probably still at the end.
Well, I was gonna go sit next to distance, but that was a cool idea.
So he's there.
Yeah, you can.
Alright.
Come on over. Hang out.
How's it going, demon?
Just filling my belly.
What you eating?
Nothing.
God damn it.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. I'm gonna reach over and
Nice biscuits here.
I'm gonna steal a piece of his biscuit,
Oh, that's rude.
and I'm gonna eat it. And then I'm gonna hit him with. I was making sure it wasn't poisonous. I'm immune to poisons. You're welcome.
Oh, thanks. I didn't think about that.
Tastes fleshy.
Why does this take us like an 8-year-old child? Alright.
All right.
Um, So I'm assuming obviously he's by himself then.
he's by himself right
Okay.
now.
All right, then I'll just continue sitting there.
Have you seen the rest of the group?
I've not. I came down here to get some food and I've acquired that. So I don't know where anyone else is at.
I'll be coming down the stairs and I'll be singing Raz. And I'll be going down the stairs. Da, 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 da. Is the hero. The
I'm gonna-
hero.
I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna take my hood and put it over my head and like try to hide myself.
And I'll be like, friends! It is me, Raz!
Distance. Distance. Be quiet. Don't pretend like we don't see him.
We met yesterday, remember?
Yes.
No.
About this time, Gorram arrives at the inn once more. Gorram, would you like to go meet them in the little eating area?
I'm still outside,
Yeah,
by
just
the way.
head over to them. Sit down.
I'm gonna yell.
Character's just stationary, just.
I'm gonna yell.
Not moving. I'm outside still with my.
I'm gonna yell in Dwarvish. Get over here, you sexy bastard.
Who are you yelling that to?
Gorram.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Gorram, are you gonna bring them news that there's a town map?
Please, Dad.
Yeah, I will let them all know about the town map when I sit down
Okay.
When he sits down. When he's comfortable.
When he's
Which
damn
is
good
never.
for Alright, so you guys are all there at the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm with my friends.
What
This
do
is
you-
going to be a great day.
What are you trying to do?
Well,
See this?
Gorram, have you seen Jakkar? When I walked past his room, heading down here, he wasn't in there.
Jack,
Did I see him?
is
I'm outside.
Aurora gonna be wearing
Jakkar,
armor
you said you're out front?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Yes, you saw him on the way in.
Has anyone?
What was he doing?
He was brooding.
With his new
He was-
cloak.
He was playing with Aurora.
Yeah, he was outside playing with his mud.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get up. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go talk to my brother, and then I'm gonna go out there and see Jakkar.
Okay.
And then before he leaves, I'll quickly go. I had a brother.
I don't care. I wanna walk
I guess
outside.
when we're all done eating, let's go check out the map that Gorram talked about. And
Yeah, I was gonna go. I'm gonna go tell Jakkar about the map. Okay. So.
Which I'm now looking at because he came outside.
Yeah, so I came outside. First thing is I noticed Aurora's new armor,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell her she's a pretty girl with her new armor.
I'd like
Oh my
to
God,
roll
Guys,
persuasion.
get ready to see a lot of failure.
All right, what am I rolling for?
Persuasion.
I think it's a 12. Yeah, 12.
12.
Yeah.
Give me a roll as well.
11.
Oh, no,
Wait,
wait,
wait.
persuasion.
But is that
Yeah, it's
Aurora's?
11.
11.
Okay.
Yes!
She actually, she wags her tail a little bit. She's happy to hear it.
I like your new armor, little one.
I want to lean over and touch Distance's horns.
Okay.
So, Distance, like, when you, like, sleep at an inn, do you, like, ever, like, break the pillows and then, like, they get mad at you?
I can't say I've ever had that issue since I was a child.
Oh,
Interesting.
that word, child, it just resonates with me.
Now that you all are out in front of the inn, you start to notice that people walking nearby are starting to glare at your group once again.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thanks,
Wendy, for following.
I'm gonna yell to the people. He's beautiful on the inside.
And a young woman with a shawl on looks at you and kind of goes, and then storms off.
Good riddance to you, you fucking wench. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I slept on the wrong side of bed last night.
I want to go chase after the lady.
Okay.
And I want to kind of run in front of her and go, "Excuse me, ma'am! Ma'am!
What do you want?
It looked to me like you were having a bad day, and I just wanted to come in here and give you a lot of smiles, because you are beautiful."
The only thing bad about my day is walking by and seeing you guys.
Like, me specifically, or like...
You and the lot you're with.
Can I ask why you hate us so much?
Get fucked.
It might not just be you, it's that tiefling of yours.
You know, there was another guy who actually threw something at him, and it hit him. And between you and me, like, tieflings, they're like bad people. I heard, like, you know, they live in bad parts of town and they steal things.
We know they're bad people, that's why I'm upset to see one!
So, but why do you specifically hate one?
We all hate them here.
But why, though?
Perhaps you should find out. It's all over the town, I'm sure you can find it.
And you know, right? I should find out.
You should.
Can you
And
tell
stop
me about
wasting
it?
my time.
How about for 2 gold
She
pieces?
turns around and she walks away.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile,
Fed up.
I'm telling the group, we should leave that guy. He's over there. We can make a quick dash for it. Does anyone have anything left in their room, perhaps?
Before he finishes, I scream, "Friends!"
I'm
I couldn't find out anything about why they hate Distance so much. The tiefling. Distance.
Where is that coming from?
That was weird.
Who has the stream up? Do you have it up?
What?
I'm gonna
That
pull
was
my
weird.
cloak up over my head.
I'm gonna. Meanwhile, while he was doing his whole
Thank
charade,
you, Kira Bear, for following. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Jack Pack.
I'm gonna.
Who?
I'm gonna walk down.
Kira Bear? Kira Bira?
That's
Is it Jamie?
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello,
Hi,
Wendy
Jamie.
too. If you follow, I love you.
Hi, sweetie
everybody.
munchkin.
Alright, while he was doing that, I'm gonna start walking towards the board so I can actually get a visual of what we are looking at, so I can kind of see the layout of the town.
Okay.
So now I guess I know what the layout is. Everyone else? I don't know if everyone's with me or what. Who's going where?
Now you do notice that spot in the center there.
The town?
You asked if it was a big tree.
Oh, yes. That is
Oh,
that
that was
tree.
him.
So that actually,
Is it big tree?
the town map is kind of carved into wood on this board,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't quite look like a tree. It almost looks like a ruin of some sort.
Who's with me at the thing?
Everybody's outside, or I'm outside. He's with him and I are
I'm
outside.
looking at the
Well,
map.
who's
Well,
at the
I-
store
I-
looking at the map?
I went to the map.
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Well, you told me about it, so that's what we went to look at it.
Okay. Is everyone here?
Are we all here looking at the map?
Dave, did you end up coming or did you stay at the end? I don't remember.
Didn't I show you guys where it was?
Well, you said it was there, and then I wanted to go look at it. So,
I looked you guys.
okay, cool.
I thought I was showing you where it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works too.
So you're all at the map.
Yeah, so I want to point it out, obviously. So I'm gonna be like, do you guys think that's anything special right there? Seems kind of interesting.
We should check it out. I'm down.
Nothing
Raz.
seems very special or interesting.
Raz.
It's because they don't like you,
Yes.
distance.
I would like for you to give me a history check.
Okay.
Everybody?
No, just Raz.
Just me.
Too bad it's not made of stone.
You're made of stone. You wiener.
Is it because I'm rock hard?
What are you looking for?
Give me 1 second. I'm just pulling up my sheet real quick. Alrighty, history. I do not know what's going on.
Nat 2, baby.
Hey, Nat too.
Nat 2.
Nat 2.
So you
It's a 4.
you start kind of scanning over the map, and this one particular part of it really seems to catch your short attention span. However, and you're almost sure it had something to do with that guild, but it kind of, the thought slips from you. So
You mentioned the guild.
And then I come to a quick realization and I go, guys, they had waffles in the inn.
Okay.
I
Alright, buddy.
had a friend like him in the village.
Was he a special friend?
Yeah.
But then I'll be like, but you know, I've never been to a guild before.
I don't know common too well, but I believe it says guild.
I know he's your brother, and his intelligence score seems really low.
I'm right next to you, so I mean.
I'm clearly whispering. He can hear me. I'm sorry.
What I lack in intelligence, I make up with this blade.
Oh my God, Akalius! I didn't see you there. You think that if he heard me?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Akalius! I'm kind of like Olaf from Frozen, pretty much. That's kind of what I'm
You're a
doing.
snowman? I didn't know they had that race in the game yet.
Snowman.
Is that meta?
all right,
But I want to go to the guild.
the guile. Okay. So what does everyone want to do? So there's Raz
So
wants
what
to go
did
to
we
the guild.
what did we say this
Alright,
is?
so it's like a.
It is a ruin.
Alright.
Oh!
I want to go there first.
Well, let's do. We could go to the guild, and then from there it's right there.
No,
There's a path
we're,
there.
we're here. At the, wait, where's
Oh,
the,
we're right here.
Oh, we're in the market.
Yeah, so if we go to the guild first, there's a path
Yeah,
that literally
we go right
leads.
there.
Actually, that's the.
Well, we should go to there first before we go to the guild. We should go to the room
Maybe
first.
to get information on it. Who's the highest intelligence score here? That would be me.
You rolled a 2. So
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, I want to
highest
go.
intelligence, we're fucked then.
I want to go to the.
Damn, how'd you guys manage that?
I want to go to the.
I do have the highest intelligence.
Wow.
It's okay. That doesn't mean anything. That's. Wait, he's good in history. Aren't you good in history?
If it inquires about stones.
It's a stone ruin.
How do we know? We haven't been there
Because
yet.
he said it was a ruin. What else is it made?
We gotta
out
go
of?
to the guild and get information.
No, the guild is going to be where we get information about like the happenings around the place. We should go there first.
Alright, let's make a vote. All for the guild first. Say aye.
There you go. Ruin first. Ruin it is.
Yeah, I don't want to go around
All right, so you guys want to go to the ruin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
As I'm heading toward the guild, I see they're heading somewhere else, and then I just kind of go. And then I just follow.
Ace Ventura, is that you?
Okay.
Heading with that basketball shot.
Just the javelin.
All right. So as you're walking to the ruin, you actually I'd like
Kira Beers, I'm her she's my number one fan, and she called me Snugglebug.
That's good. I would like for everyone to roll a perception check. I love you, baby.
Perception.
I'm gonna roll the new dice. Let's see how it rolls.
I got a
14.
19.
Oh wait, no, that's
Ooh,
a 5.
20, boy. Not natural, but I did get a 20.
19.
I got a 19 as well, but I got plus 1, so 20.
What did Distance and Gorram get?
You said a deception check?
Perception.
Deception.
Yes.
I got an 8.
Deception.
I got a 10.
Okay. As you're walking to what looks to be a ruin, Jakkar and Akalius happen to notice. So basically, you're leaving the town square and you're heading up that middle street, correct?
Yeah, I suppose.
sure,
Yeah.
Main
Yep.
Street, whatever.
You're heading up the main street, and before you get to the opening where it looks to be that you can actually cut in to go to the ruin, Jakkar and Akalius look up the street and they happen to notice that on their left, all of the homes kind of seem to be, spaced a little bit. It actually seems to be a residential district.
Right.
Everything seems to be, other
Left.
side, left.
This side.
Your other left.
This side.
Your
Are you
left.
retarded?
This side.
Okay, continue.
All the buildings seem to be spaced. All of them have some sort of room between them.
Highest intelligence.
However, on the right side of the road, all of the buildings are actually built right against each other, so there's actually no space. You can't really see in between them.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be something you kind of take note of.
So left side has space, right side this whole district has no space in
There's
between.
only a way in
The
right here.
the triangle, as you can see on the map.
The only way in is right here
Yeah.
Okay.
on the map.
So
I
like
guess-
on the bottom, it looks like there's a little space, but at the top of that triangle, there's nothing.
Okay.
You can't see in between anything.
So I guess we'll just follow the path
Get
here,
in. We
to
need to
get
go
in.
right there.
Mhm.
which we would have known if we saw the map. So I'm assuming.
Yep, so that's what you do. And as you're getting closer to the ruin, you see, that once again, once you get kind of in that path, you can't see Main Street anymore. The buildings are all made of wood, but they're very, it was almost like they just nailed two boards together to make different places. And as you're getting closer to the ruin, there's another fairly large building in front of you. And there's actually a gentleman out front, and he runs up to the group and he says, "Ah, a couple of travelers I see. You all heading to see the old town ruin?"
Yeah, it looks like that. Can you tell us about it?
I could. Or you could follow me into this nice building behind me, which is our town library, and you can read up on all sorts of history about our town, about the world we live in, perhaps. Would you care to come in?
I do know quite a few things about history.
There's an exclamation
Yeah,
point above this guy's
There's a
head.
quest. Let me. Do you guys want to follow him? He seems to know a little bit more about the town than we would. Say we at least hear him out.
Yeah. We'll go in and
He's an eager beaver at that as well.
we'll go take a listen or take a look see at the library.
All right, sir. And then what was your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you, Jack. You sound very. My brother's name is Jakkar. It's very close.
Oh, good to meet you, Jakkar.
I'd like to make a perception check to see if he has hair.
Can't you do
He
that?
has hair.
He's not like the Jack I know back home. All right, but then I'll introduce myself because that's what I do. Hello, my name is Akalius. I shake his hand,
Good to meet you, Akalius.
and we'll follow you. I guess lead the way.
All right. Well, if you follow me, and he leads you into the library. As he opens up the doors, it's double doors.
Why are we
Oh,
in the library? What
sorry?
are we doing?
You didn't hear?
Parts of it.
Oh.
Well,
Are
were-
we in and out?
That's what she said.
For me, you were. For a bit.
So
Back to normal now.
we were heading to the ruin, and some guy named Jack ran out and was going to He told us to go to the library because there's lots of knowledge there based on the ruin and town history. So we thought maybe we should follow him. If you would like to come with us. I wonder if it's because of the barrier.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of lame to me, but I guess I don't have anything else to do, so
I mean, you guys could go. You guys could go check just look at the ruin instead.
What's the flora like around where we're at right now? Is there any notice of like different?
Plants?
Yeah,
There are no plants where you are right now.
it's just barren.
You actually kind of notice that just beyond the library, as you know, some of you are about to go in. You look beyond the library, and there seems to be no plants as you head toward the
Like
ruin.
just dirt,
It's just it's dead.
just dead.
Some shit went down in that room.
What does the ruin look like from where we see it?
From what you can see, actually, give me a perception check.
All of it?
Yeah.
16.
20
Nine.
again.
I had 9.
No, 20.
No, it was 19 plus 1, so 20.
So Raz and Akalius, you actually glance over in the direction of the ruin. Jakkar isn't even aware that the ruin's over that way, so he doesn't bother. But Raz and Akalius, as you look over in the direction of the ruin, it actually looks like there is a heap. I mean, just all over the place. There are piles of burnt, not wood, but beams. It looks like there were actually a lot of homes there,
Okay.
or potentially just buildings. And it looks like there was a fire.
Does it look old or pretty new?
It looks like it's been there at least a few years.
Okay.
It didn't just happen.
The library, right?
All right, we'll go inside the library now.
Okay. Gorram in
As
distance.
I'm going into the library, I feel this tug on my cloak,
Oh my god.
and I look down, and
I forgot all about that.
there's my child is standing there, and he's wearing a helmet that he bought at the blacksmith, and has a dagger now on his belt, and he's like, "Sir, I'm back from the blacksmith now, and the general store, and I got the rations and gear that we needed for our trip."
Did we
Then
all?
he gives me back my coin purse, and I tell him that he's done a good job, and then we go into the library.
Did we all see this?
Was this with them in or
We're all
outside?
walking in together.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we see it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn and say, "What the fuck is this? Did you get it? Where did you get a child?
It's my child.
When? How?
With who?
Last night, on the way home from the tavern.
What does that even mean? Child, are you hurt?
Ben, you would roleplay the child, right?
The child looks up at you and
Sir,
says.
you have to do a perception check.
The child looks up at you and says, "No, sir. Master Distance has taken quite good care of me."
Oh, master now. What?
It's a Dobby?
What is your name, boy? Distance. What? Josh. I'm asking him for his name. So, what is your name, boy?
His name is Boy.
Boy.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. No,
Oh
man, it's
my
gonna be a
God.
different name.
Boy.
I haven't
Distance number 2.
I haven't thought of his name yet. Well,
Can I ask the child what his name
I don't know
is?
if we're gonna keep him long enough. I didn't want to name him.
What are you gonna? What do you mean keep him long enough?
I don't know.
Why would you buy a child?
We'll just call him Jim.
My name is
I
Jimmy.
thought that we could use some help carrying stuff and
Jon Snow.
some other stuff. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Didn't you think it'd be a good idea to tell anyone?
What?
You know, we go into dangerous places. Do you remember what happened to that one wizard?
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that's why I thought we needed a replacement. Just in case.
And your chicken. Remember what happened to your chicken?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, does no one recall Miss Cock?
This is a huge step up from a chicken distance.
I left her behind, and that's what happened.
You didn't leave her behind. You accidentally forgot her in a sack.
I'm hoping that we can each train the boy. And, you know, Akalius, you're proficient in fighting.
Yeah.
is proficient in tracking and scouting. These are lots of good things I think that the child could benefit.
I want to run up behind distance and kind of put my head on his shoulder and go, "What am I proficient in?"
I do not know.
I do not know.
Alright, I'm gonna say, well, if we have to make smart decisions. I don't want a child's blood on my hands. And then I'm just gonna turn away.
Okay.
Yeah, child's blood is really good for the complexion.
So is humans from what I heard.
Yeah, because a child is a human.
Aged.
I mean, 7's
like wine.
How do you
Anyways,
know?
all right. So we're going in the library.
Yeah.
All right. So we walk in.
Actually, can you know the mangoes?
Mango beers.
All right, so you all go into the library. You follow Jack, and as you can see, it seems to be about a 2-story wooden building. It's not very large on the inside, and the second story is actually just empty space. It's mainly meant to make it seem like the building is larger than it actually is. You see only a few aisles in his library.
There you go, master.
As you look, they're all distinctly labeled. All 4 of them. There is fiction, literature, history, and one of them is actually labeled safeguard. Jack, from what you could kind of tell, seemed very passionate about the town's history, and
So we go look at fiction.
so what would you guys like to do?
Can I ask him some stuff?
Sure.
Like, thank you for bringing us here. Appreciate that and all the kind words. You're obviously passionate, as you can see. Is there anything that you could just tell us, like, just quickly, so we don't have time to read a full book? Can you give us a rundown? What is going on in this town? Maybe even why they hate our friend back there so much. I've never seen so much disgust.
Oh, I see.
I'd appreciate it, of course.
Oh, of course. I see that you're all in a hurry. Well, first, the simplest thing to answer would be your friend over there. The reason he's disliked is
Hey, this all seems kind of boring. I think we should just leave.
Quiet down, distance.
All right, maybe I understand a little bit more. Of
There's
course.
actually, his folk, his kin who were, maybe not his kin, who knows, but his folk were the reason for the ruin over there.
Oh, shit.
What do you mean?
Well, a while ago, probably several years,
Wait, what was that word?
a while
Why did you say it like that?
What is he saying?
A while ago, there was actually a large fire in the town brothel.
Of course, it was a brothel.
Oh my god.
And
Wait, was it you?
it was reported that only one person ever got out of the brothel alive. It was actually it was a brothel for a lot of tieflings. Actually, they used to be quite plentiful in this town.
Oh my fucking god.
We used to look on them at least somewhat kindly, because most people don't really like tieflings, just because. But we
I'm learning
figured
that.
Safeguard could be a good place for them to live.
Yeah, I can safeguard them if you will.
And after the fire, many of the townsfolk decided that perhaps it was divine providence that this brothel was burnt down and some tieflings with it, and some of the folk actually took it a little too far, and they took it as an excuse to maybe burn some more of the homes.
So the
And,
people burn the homes of the tiefling after.
Yes, sir. It's not a proud
What
point in
happened to the
safeguard
tieflings who
history,
made
but as you can see, surrounding the ruin, we've actually made it so that the buildings are a lot more tight. Those are much more recent buildings.
Is there a reason for that?
To the south of the ruin, that's actually the original town. Just those few little buildings. But after this incident, we decided to cover it up somewhat. And there's that.
Does no one feel shame for what they did?
Good question.
Well, I didn't take part in it because I consider myself an educated man, and I care for everybody. I don't think that race has anything to do with anything, but as you can see, there are some simple country folk around here. Some of them might be a little too swayed in opinion.
Is there anything we can do to alleviate this problem? We can't get rid of our
I thought it
companion.
was a bonfire that night. I was thrown.
Unfortunately, I think it's rather ingrained in the people at this point.
So
I think it would take
what would you suggest we do?
I suggest you take your licks while you're here and forget about it once you go.
I have a question before, then I can open up the room to any of my other compatriots here. You said that there was someone who escaped. There was one that lived. Do you know, was it a tiefling, and do we know anything about that? Do you know, guys, is there anything, anywhere we could find them, maybe?
No one is actually sure. They know that one person escaped, however, they're not exactly sure where he went. Or if it was a he at all.
Was it a tiefling?
We're not sure. They were wearing a cloak. It was dark. It was the dead of night. And all of a sudden, the brothel caught on fire, and there was a panic. Many people were trapped inside. And actually, tieflings, I don't know if you know, they actually have a pretty good resistance to fire themselves. You know, their skin doesn't feel it quite as hot as everyone else. But they said that one of the women who worked at the brothel actually tried to help people escape. Unfortunately, she was also caught, along with the rest of them.
I'm gonna ask Distance if he knows anything about this.
I don't want to talk about it.
So you do know something about it.
I didn't say that.
If you don't want to talk about it, you must have
Yeah,
something
then
to
that
hide.
means that you have something to talk about.
I'm gonna corner him
I'm also gonna.
because I'm bigger, and I want
I would like you to roll intimidation.
Can I help him with that? Give him an advantage.
Yeah.
So you guys have turned to the townspeople now, just because I'm a tiefling.
No, I just want to know. No, I don't. I just want to know if you know anything.
Roll
What
a
is
d20.
Oh, me?
Well, why don't you ask the dwarves or the
7, 12.
Would you?
12.
I don't want to be a part of this blatant racism.
So you are able to corner him.
Okay, we cornered you.
Oh, is it based on my intimidation? It would have been a 15 if that was the case.
So what?
It would have been a 15 if it
Oh,
was
you're fine.
based on my
Gorm leaves. He left the library. He doesn't
Okay.
want to have anything to do with us cornering Distance.
Okay.
Distance. We do this because we care. At least I care.
I don't care. I just want to know.
My brother doesn't care much for anybody, but I have an inkling that there's something you're not telling us, and I would wish you would tell us if you're going to be on this adventure with us.
I chase after Gorram. Gorram, my friend!
Fuck off, you fucking idiot.
And I'm like, Gorram, Distance is back there. It's okay.
Dude, these are great.
I know.
They're delicious.
Alright, so, I'm gonna tell them that it wasn't me.
Ooh, deception.
I don't think you rolled very well.
That, my
Wait.
deception's a +5, so that would be a 23.
Wait, what is that?
An 18.
Oh shit.
Alright, so you guys want to roll? See if you can beat
What
it?
are we rolling? Investigation or?
You're going to roll
Perception.
a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
That's not terrible.
Okay, well I can't beat that because I don't have a plus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what is his?
This is a 23.
I mean, there's nothing I can roll that would do that because my charisma savings only
Zero.
plus
You
1.
believe him.
Can I roll it? If I roll a nat 20, would that change anything?
Jack.
Alright, let me try that.
No.
You already rolled.
I didn't roll yet.
Oh, then what is that?
10.
Okay.
Nothing.
So you guys believe Distance that it was not him.
Okay. All right.
It seems extremely sincere, and he actually, as you have him cornered, begins to actually kind of show, even if it might be feigned, that he's actually kind of genuinely scared right now, and he's really concerned about the fact that you guys are cornering him. And you believe it thoroughly.
I'm gonna put my hand on the shoulder and just kind of lowly say, I don't want to hurt you, Distance. I just want to know what's going on. I want to trust the people that I consider my friends and my companions. It's nothing personal. I don't hate tieflings like the people here. I just want to know the full story.
I want to turn because I don't care if he doesn't like me or not. I'm going to turn away from him.
I'm the sweeter version.
And ask Jack then. What else do we need to know about the town? I want to know.
Anything of
besides them hating the tieflings, what else is going on here?
Other than this, there's really not much else about our town. It's quiet and small. Not a whole lot goes on here. We get the occasional passing traveler. I heard of the news of that one coming through the other day.
There's no one here, so who are you pointing at?
Oh wait, Raz isn't there?
Yeah,
I chased after
outside.
Oh,
Gorram.
you did. That's right. Your friend. He passed through the other day, and
I would say friend very loosely, but
it
I get what you mean.
it
just
caused
hear-
such
you
a
just hear,
stir that we had a visitor finally. That came all the way.
Is it true that you paid him to kill things in the mountain?
I wouldn't know if he was paid or not.
Is there any point of interest, anything else of interest in this town that maybe adventurers or anything like that should see, or anything of note that we should see before we move on?
Well,
Yeah, but it's not good.
if you all definitely do care about your friend, I would at the very least pay a visit to the ruin just to see, and after that perhaps go to the guild.
Okay.
You all look like the adventuring type. I think you might find some things that are useful there.
What is the guild here? What is that? What's
You
that?
gotta find quests.
I'm gonna let him tell me.
Well, you see, the guildmaster, his name is Francis. He's a good man. He basically listens to all the comings and goings, and if there's any work needed that typical townsfolk can't handle, he posts quests, if you will, on a board there, and maybe you might find something. And maybe your friend, if he hasn't collected on his reward, he might be able to do that there.
Alright, well, Jakkar, do you need anything else from this man?
I don't think so. I think we should go outside, check out the ruin, and then head to the guild.
Distance, do you have any questions?
No.
I'm gonna look at little Jimmy. I'll be like, I don't know, I'm gonna go with Jimmy for right now until he gets a real name, a proper name. And I'm gonna go, you have any questions for little man?
Damn.
Why not just name him Squire?
Can you give me a charisma roll?
Because he wants to be boy. He wants him to be boy.
I don't want him to be scared. Because we intimidated distance. I'm assuming he was right there. I don't want him to be scared.
It's not a point.
You can't just re-roll it.
It's because this spell thing here sticks like it was on two things. It was either 18 or 20. So I mean, your choice.
He's in the wisdom.
No, I can't. I wish
What was it? Charisma?
Yeah,
Just charisma.
it's just the modifier.
Oh, what's that?
+1.
So 15.
15. The child, when you look to him, actually flinches a bit because, you were just interrogating his newfound master, if you will, master distance. And however, when you tell him that everything's okay, he seems to believe it. And
I'm just gonna tell him before I walk away from him because I'm kind of down at his level. I'm not obviously I'm a dwarf, so I'm not that much taller anyway. I'm just gonna tell him, I mean you no harm, little one, and I'm glad that you're with us. If you're happy to be here, and I'll just walk out.
Thanks,
Oh,
mister.
and then I'll say, I guess I'm gonna go to Jack and thank him for his time, and then thank you, sir. Thank you I'll go see the ruin and Francis, and I appreciate everything you've told us. It means a lot. Thank you.
absolutely, anytime. If you come back, perhaps I can show you more.
As they're leaving, I'll kind of peek my head and I'll go, "Do you have any picture books?"
I thought you were gone. Did you come back?
I came as I saw them leaving. I came back in and I was like, "Do you
I
have any
barely
picture
keep
books?
track of you in real life, let alone this.
And then-
All right.
It's like
Do you have any picture books?"
I mean, we've got perhaps a book of maps, but other than that, no pictures, no.
come on, special one.
And then
Let's go.
I'll just kind of my head just kind of slings past and I'm just like, "Thank you."
Oh, I would like you and Akalius, Jakkar and Akalius, to give me. Oh, Jakkar, Akalius, and Distance to give me a history check.
History. Oh, I got a +0 on history.
Let me try.
Ooh,
this.
nat 20.
Sacred flame.
Oh, I was gonna say
17.
17.
I got
11.
I got 20.
As you guys are leaving the door, you stop, and it's like an epiphany. Distance and Jakkar, that is. It is like an epiphany. Both of you look to each other and say at the same time, "The journal!"
The journal.
The journal.
The journal with all of fucking Tyrion's friends' history about the main bad guy.
Ah, fuck. What journal? What are you guys talking about?
The journal.
The one that Lurelion had when he was Chris.
I know. I was just trying to be dumb because I failed my roll. So.
Where? Who has it?
Oh, didn't we give that to the wizard?
Nobody picked it up.
He was incinerated, brother.
Yeah, but
There's nothing but a hole in the ground.
We even looked.
that's true.
I rolled.
The journal. What do we do about the journal?
I guess we can go ask Jack about it. I mean, he has books, and we might as well.
Wait, what do we
I have a
ask?
sneaking suspicion.
What do we ask? We need to go back and ask if he's ever.
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
If you want to go.
But you don't know about it. Well,
I just do now because you guys told me.
Yeah. Okay, all right. We whip around and we say, hey, wait, one more thing.
Jack, one more thing. Have you by chance seen, heard, or know of a journal of it's of celestial descent? It's celestial. It's very strange writing. I don't know it myself at all, of course.
Celestial journal.
It's very old. Some would say it's special. Maybe contains some magic.
Yeah, just tell them that.
I haven't seen any journals here. As a matter of fact, the only ones that we could consider really a journal would be a couple of autobiographies from our previous mayors. But
Well, that sounds like a really good time. But that's not exactly what I'm looking for.
well, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I apologize.
What's the significance of the journal?
What the secrets of where all the weapons are located.
Yeah, we only know where the first one is. We don't know anything else is after that.
Yeah, but what are we? That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we gonna do? Because we don't. It was burned up within.
Fuck.
God has a
I
plan.
don't know. Do we know that it's burned up? Should we backtrack?
No.
And
Hell no.
Hell no. We got.
You know what? You can send your boy.
Yeah.
Send the boy. Send the boy back through the mountain, out through the waterfall.
Fucking cave with minotaurs in it. Send a child.
Send the kid back.
He's ready.
He's got a helmet.
Is he still wearing the helmet? Just
Yeah.
send him back through.
Here's a helmet and a dagger.
Oh my
If this
God.
buffoon can make it, anyone can.
He just comes back with like 3 minotaur heads just like in his hand.
Here you go, sir.
Just his eyes twitching and just like.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do about the journal? We don't. If it's not was burned up, like why did we just have that epiphany
Yeah.
of it?
Well, maybe if we go to the burning ruin of
Yeah.
Burnness, maybe there'll be some more burning.
All right.
Burning
Let's
ruins
go.
of
We're gonna
burns.
walk. We're gonna look at each other and shrug, and then walk out to the ruin,
Mhm.
and we want to check it out. Check out the ruin real
Yeah,
quick before we
thanks
go to
for
the guild.
On your way to the ruin, once again, you notice that the ground is black. It's definitely been burned, and no life seems to be there. There are many piles of wooden framework from homes that used to be there, and you can kind of see as you keep walking through all the rubble that there's one that seems to be a little larger than all of the others, and it leads you to believe that this was most likely the brothel.
God damn it, Distance. It was you, wasn't it?
There is there's kind of a solemnness to the area. It seems very quiet. You can tell that nobody comes here, except for maybe Jack. He's a true historian at heart, and he appreciates the area for its historical significance.
Is there anything of note at the remains? I guess is there anything that we can see? Anything that we can like? Is there anything other than ash and?
As we kind of approach it, Raz gets a super serious look on his face, like the most serious you've ever seen him. Like, and then he just kind of goes, "I might be able to tell you what happened here." And then as I walk up to the ruins, I kneel down and I take my finger and put it in the ash and go, I don't know what happened.
Why am I not surprised?
You look a little more closely at the larger pile, and you can actually make out what appears to be a sign almost, and it's very charred, very singed, and you can kind of make out a couple letters, you know, kind of scattered where the fire didn't hit it quite as bad. And you see a picture of a tiefling woman.
Ooh.
And, or at least what is mostly a tiefling woman. And,
I don't know why I got that.
you kind of believe that the letters might make out dancing demon
In common?
in common.
I'm gonna look over at Distance and go, you know her.
Distance?
I'm going to roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Let's see.
4. You gotta say it first and then persuade, because then you can't change what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know. It's just basically no.
He says no, and you rolled a 4. And do I have to
Yeah,
roll?
with, my persuasion is a +7.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
So it's an 11? So what do I have to roll?
Give me a charisma saving throw.
All of us?
No, just your
me,
car.
'cause I was
Yeah,
wrong.
I didn't ask him.
Okay, well,
He believes you.
again. So stupid. I mean,
Hopefully your combat's
He
better.
believes
yeah.
you, Distance.
okay.
Alright.
Now I'm gonna.
Appreciate it if you, stop making these remarks. Like I said, I can't tell the difference between you and the townspeople.
I'm not over here hating. I'm just
Who's
asking
the
questions.
racist one right now? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Is there anything else of note? I guess. Is
I
like,
asked the
There's
group, I'm
nothing
like, have
else.
any of you ever heard of her?
And I say no. I've never seen her before.
Well, the amount of women in my time that I've slain is pretty enormous. So it's hard for me to remember such trifles.
yeah, it would be hard to remember 3.
That many?
And then I give him a wink.
You guys see nothing else of significance. It's more just kind of just the
Can I see how? Can I look at Distance and see if he looks a certain way by looking at this? Like, can I read anything from him? Like, is he showing more emotion than normal? Seeing all this ash.
roll insight.
How do I look?
Like an idiot.
It's eating the
Please.
ass.
Give me one good roll against Distance for once in my life. Natural 20.
Oh.
You look at Distance, and perhaps it's because of the previous times you've questioned him, and him, he actually made you really believe that he really didn't know anything. You look at him, and perhaps there's something he's not telling you, but you're really not sure whether or not it has anything to do with this.
I'm just gonna go up to him and I'm gonna pat him on his back and just say, sorry if you feel offended, but I wish nothing but good for you. I'm sorry for all the bad will of these people, and I wish in the future if you have anything to tell me, you can tell me in confidence. And I just kind of walk away after that.
I kind of stand up and I brush the ash off me, and I just kind of go, guys, you're being too hard on Distance. It's not like he went into the brothel, murdered all of the civilians, burnt the thing down, murdered more people as they were trying to escape, burned it even more, and then escaped and watched as helpless people burned alive and were standing on the ashes right now.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Also, guys, just in case any of you forgot, Distance is 16. All right, so he definitely looks 16. All right.
He's a young kid.
Oh, damn, so it's not pedophilia.
Yeah, I thought he was older. He bought a kid. Who is 8? He's half his age.
It's just statutory, bro.
All
What
right.
the hell's going on?
So you guys would like to move on?
Yeah, let's go to the
Yeah,
guild.
we're good.
We're
Let's
good.
go to the guild. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on a fucking adventure.
Gorram, would you like to go to the guild as well?
To the guild?
Yes.
Is that where we're all headed? To the guild now?
Yes.
Is there anything you wanted to do here at the ruin?
It's not like it's a ruined town, right? Or part of the town.
It's
There's maybe like ancient ruins or anything like that.
Not like that.
Right. It's just kind of like a
It's a burned
town
brothel.
Yeah. It's a pile of burned buildings, basically.
Yeah, I have nothing to do here. In fact, I don't know what we're doing. Did we have like a mission or something?
I was just about to look at him and see if his character looked just as annoyed as his real life person. I wanted to see if they matched.
So the guild is where like I guess all the quests are given, so we're heading over there.
But we don't want a quest. All I want is information before we leave.
There might be an orc slaying quest.
Yeah, but that's the quest that we're on.
No, we're not.
No.
We're on an adventure to
We
go
could get
save
extra
the world.
money for doing it. Well, we're already gonna do it. Alright, so we
Yeah,
make
I guess
The
I
great
will
Roman
follow
summoned
you
us to
to
kill some orcs
Okay.
who killed your family.
Big facts.
Who's that? Alright, let's do that.
Gorram, I don't really care about going in there as well, so we can head to basically the front of the town and kind of get our stuff ready to leave on the journey, and maybe you can help spar with my child for a little bit, maybe teach him a move or two while we're waiting on the group.
The little kid.
I don't know if he's ready for spells yet, but a little bit of sparring probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Just smack the kid in the helmet and nod, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for you at the front of the town.
Knocked him out.
Act ready to go and that kind of thing.
All right.
Okay. So you guys go to the guild?
Yeah,
Three of you?
Quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
You move to the guild, and as you go up the street, you notice actually that
Really quick, sorry, I don't mean to interject. We all know the Valley of Fear, at least me and Jack do, right? Like, we were told
We saw it on the map.
Yeah, we saw it on the map, and we were told that that's where the orcs are, right? Like, we were told that.
when you interrogated the orc, you
Okay, I just want
that's
to make
actually
sure.
how you learned the name of
Okay,
the valley.
that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Alright, we're good.
So as you leave the rubble, you walk back almost in the direction of the library, and you look to your left and you see once again the tightly packed buildings. However, as you look in front of you, you happen to notice that the buildings are once again spaced, and you kind of remember what Jack told you of how that's actually what you're walking through right now is the original town of Safeguard.
Okay.
Just these few buildings here, and they actually had the community of Tieflings right next door, basically. And so yeah, once again, after everything happened, they made all those new buildings in order to hide the rubble. You walk out onto East Street. That's the same street that you went to the blacksmith at. You hang a left and you head toward the guild.
Okay.
You see a building with a sign kind of hanging out over the street. It has a sword and a shield crossed, and sorry, it's two swords over a shield. But the three of you decide to go inside, and you see a large open room. There are big picnic tables, basically, where it seems like people could get together and talk about what they intend to do on a quest, or maybe just get together to meet up. In the far back, you see a counter, and there's a man standing at it, and he's kind of polishing a glass mug. To your right, you see a large board, and there seems to be papers on it.
Okay.
And the man at the bar looks up, and he says, "Welcome, friends. My name is Francis. This is my guild. What can I help you with?"
Let me do the talking.
I just kind of push his hand aside and I go,
Put my hand on my face.
I'm sure you've heard of me. My name's Var'Gul, the Minotaur Slayer.
"Are you the one we sent to the cave?
I am, in fact, and needless to say, they're all dead.
Did you want your money?"
I would love my money.
"Okay."
Hey, hold on 1 second. We actually helped kill all those things, so if you're about to give him money, I think we should split it.
Oh, no, it's okay, my friend. See, you killed a Minotaur skeleton, and the 5 I told you about were the ones I killed.
That's weird. We killed an actual Minotaur after, and I sold the blacksmith the axe that I had. You can double check with him. I sold it to him.
So how many Minotaurs was I supposed to kill?
Actually, there's really no way that I could verify the name.
He has no way to verify, and therefore I'm not lying. There were 6.
You
There's
could
a-
absolutely be lying.
There's a Minotaur axe next door.
Yeah, we
Could
sold
you
it.
bring it to me?
We sold it to the
no, I
blacksmith.
cannot.
You'd have to ask him.
Well, I can't just leave my guild.
No,
I
I
actually
will
could-
watch it for you. I'm fine with watching it for him. Do you wanna watch it for him?
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know any of you.
Hello, my name is Akalius. Nice to meet you, Francis. Jackson is here. We're all caught up. Go look at the axe.
Perhaps you could talk to the blacksmith about borrowing it. I'm sure.
Perhaps
if you
I don't
sold
care
it to-
anymore, sir.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
I don't even care if you pay him. He doesn't even deserve it. But what I do here, we are here on a quest, on a mission, perhaps. Let's just reintroduce ourselves.
We're on a mission?
Let's forget about this guy really quick.
The Minotaur
Again?
Slayer.
My name is Akalius. This is my brother Jakkar. This is some random guy we just met.
The Minotaur Slayer.
We've actually just come here to see if there's anything of interest that you've
in
heard.
the Valley of Fear, right?
Yeah.
In the Valley of Fear.
So we're thinking of going to the Valley of Fear. Have you heard of such a name?
Of course.
Do they know the name Raz, the Minotaur Slayer?
Everyone in Safeguard knows about the Valley of Fear. It's honestly, it's just a little northwest of here.
It's a lovely place.
Speaking of which, do you know anything? Have you heard anything? Any insight? Anything that might be useful for somebody who's going there?
Loads. I'm just kind of talking like.
I can tell you we have a
He's just
quest.
sitting on the bench talking to himself.
There was a quest?
There is a quest. We actually need someone to head over that way. Recently, a band of orcs actually kidnapped a few of our townsfolk, and we would really like to get them back.
Well,
Looks like
What are
this
you
is a
paying?
job for
What are
Raz.
you paying?
what is in it for
Raz,
us?
shut your mouth for 3 seconds. What are you paying?
I think he's talking to himself, Jakkar.
There's 1,000 gold pieces in it.
Raz, the Minotaur Slayer.
1,000 gold. Is
So-
it worth it?
I think it's worth it, brother. I mean, we don't.
We have to go there anyway, so
I mean, do we know how many people are gone and how long they've been gone for?
It was, I'd say, the night before last.
Oh, they're dead.
So
They were taken by a group of orcs, and
oh well, there you
they went
Been
off
2
to the
days.
valley, I'm sure.
do you
meat's back on
is the pay indicative on them coming back alive? I understand that they're your townspeople, but me and Jakkar here have slayed many of orcs, and we know that they can be ruthless. We've seen some of their carnage. I just don't want to go out of my way
Yes.
and not get payment.
Sounds like you need Raz, the
If,
Orc Slayer.
I promise you.
If you defeated them and you found that they were all dead, I suppose there's not anything I could do about it, and I would definitely still pay you for the service.
I can definitely promise you that there will be lots of orcs being killed.
I would ask though that even if they are deceased, if you could please bring back something. There are families that would like to have something to bury.
Like the head?
I mean, preferably a body.
I'm gonna just push his head back a little bit because me and Jakkar are standing here. I just imagine him interjecting his head. Just
Also, just maybe a few tokens from the orcs. That way we know.
like these, and I pull out the chain.
So,
of
1,000 gold.
Teeth.
That would be like it.
So let me show you how it's done. Like you guys, I
What?
know you're not adventurous. I'll show
I
you.
need to ask a question first.
How much gold per orc ear?
How about Tusk? They have 2 of them.
Well, I'm not
I don't
sure
always
how
have
many
this.
orcs there are, so I couldn't say.
No, what I'm asking is for each orc ear that we bring you, how many gold pieces will you pay per?
Well, I have no need for orc ears, but the rate is kind of a flat rate.
Of 1,000
So the
gold.
ears would be included in
Do
it.
I have-
Is that per adventurer?
No, it's case by case.
Is I have like I said, I keep these as a souvenir to remind me of my mission and to why I fight these creatures.
And why he doesn't brush his teeth?
That too. Is it okay if after I show you the proof, I can take them with me?
Of course. Like I said, I have no need for them. I just need to know that the job was done.
So, Jakkar, are you on board with this?
Yes.
we have to go there anyway.
All right, Francis, you got yourself a deal.
Before we leave, Francis, do you know the orc leader, their captain? Do you know him? Have you heard of him?
Well, there's a reason it's called the Valley of Fear, and
His name's Fear.
it's because
I'm talking about Var'Gul. Have you heard of Var'Gul?
yes, but you see, it's a little more complicated than just Valgosh. He's kind
How
of
so?
got an army, if you will. There are a
Yes,
lot
but
of
he is
orcs.
there.
Yes, he's at the very end of it.
Has
That'd be a far way off, though. A lot further than you'd be going on this quest.
Do you, has anyone gone there and come back alive?
None that I've heard of.
Sorry, we got this.
However, I should let you know that on this this quest, I would be sending 2 people with you, 2 of my own men, to help you.
Is there a particular reason for that?
Well, I like to think that since you 2 are doing me a service, I feel I should do the same. And
But we have a party of 5. I don't think we need help.
I would like to.
Did you just say a party of 5?
We obviously have to bring you. You're not going to go away.
would you
I'm a
really turn
friend.
down extra hands, though?
It's not that I would turn down extra hands. I just don't want their blood on my hands.
Yeah, what if they don't come back?
I assure you that they're doing what they're doing for the town, and they know the risks.
And do they get? They don't take a portion of our money.
No, we would pay them separately from you.
Extra sword, and
Listen.
it's our money.
Listen, we'll throw them in front of the Minotaur that's trying to gore you.
I would like to meet these men or women, respectively.
Of course. They'd be at the barracks at the far end of town. By the gate.
By the gate? Okay, cool.
Oh, we are.
So if you stop by there and ask for them, their names are Sebastian and Altorin.
Altorin, Sebastian. You remember Altorin? I remember Sebastian for sure.
And
Sebastian.
I ran out of pencils.
they're expecting someone, so if you're asking for them, they do know the details of the quest and they're prepared to show you the way.
Do you know of what their fighting style is before we leave? Otherwise, I can ask them, but I didn't know if you would know in advance.
I believe one uses a bow and another a sword. That's all I know, though.
And are they? What race are they? What are we looking for? Are they human? Or
What kind of fighting?
Sebastian is a human. Altorin is
No,
half
those are
elf.
the people that are coming with us.
Okay, so
Fight
it's
with us.
human and
I'm
half
sending
elf.
2 NPC to it.
And then Altorin, I'm
Oh,
imagining,
God.
is the bow. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right, we're
What
good.
is it? Altorin and Sebastian?
Yeah, Altorin's a half elf, and then Sebastian's a human. Altorin's
A
the.
half elf.
Hey, Ben, question. Does Minotaur blood look any different from human blood?
Darker.
Darker? Like, noticeably darker?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't hear anything.
All right. So you guys have some information. Would you like to go and grab Distance and Gorram?
Yeah, since they have to go to the gate, I'm gonna run down, or I'm gonna actually send Aurora to get them.
Okay.
But aren't they going to be? Is in the barracks then? Gate.
No, they went down to this gate, right?
Yes, they
Yeah,
went
they
down
went
the
down
square.
to the square.
Why would they do
Gorram,
Yeah.
I would like for you to roll a d20.
Zach, you cutie.
16.
All right. You can mark down little Jimmy for 5 hours of sparring training. Once he hits 100 hours, we will actually consider him. What did you spar with him with?
Well, it must have been my warhammer.
And
Or hand to weapon.
Distance. What did Jimmy use?
He's using a dagger.
After 100 hours of sparring training, we will consider Jimmy proficient with his dagger.
Oh my god.
Damn, he's literally gonna be like little Loki from God of War.
Does that sound adequate?
Sounds like summon animal.
Yeah, I was thinking he was a level 2 cleric by now, because that seemed to take forever.
You found a child in a gutter.
5 hours worth of dagger training.
You found a child in a gutter. He can't be anything yet. Alright, so Distance, Jimmy, and Gorram notice Aurora running up to them barking. And she seems like she has urgent news.
Urgent news from the keep.
Lassie, what is it, girl?
And promptly after running up to you, barking a few times, wagging her tail, barking again, she runs off in the direction of Main Street. What would you like to do?
Fucking stupid dog.
I love Dave so much. He's the best RP out of all of us.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Stupid dog! You make me look bad!
What about you, Distance?
Yeah, we both agree that the dog's just being annoying right now. We stay there sparring.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go on without him, so.
So Aurora comes back and they don't follow.
That is what happens.
Well, looks like we should go get him.
Alright.
Here, you can go get
Yeah,
him.
Raz.
Go get him.
So Raz, you go get him, and me and Jakkar will go get the others.
I have to use the restroom, and it takes a while for me to take this.
Do it while you're on the way there.
I can't. This is new armor. I
Raz, if you want to come with us, you're gonna go get them.
really don't want to.
Then you don't want to come with us?
You want to stay here? That's fine.
I'll follow you.
You can go get them, or you can't come.
Get them now.
All right, I'll go follow him,
Okay.
or I'll go get him.
About 5 minutes after Aurora runs off, you both see, well, the three of you see Raz walk up. And he's...
They sent the idiot.
Friends!
Dog.
Friends! It is me, Raz! You are needed at the guild!
We're not at the guild. We're at the gate.
Oh, you're at the
We're
gate?
over at the barracks.
Yeah.
I was in the fucking guild.
We went.
I didn't follow you.
You all went to
Yes,
Main
we
Street.
did. Yeah, we went to the barracks to get the 2 NPCs.
Alright, we're at the gate!
We're at the gate.
No, you're at the south gate.
We need to go to the other gate!
Jeez. Alright. Let's go.
I want to run to the guild,
Follow him
please.
over to the gate.
Yeah. Wait, you're going to the guild?
Tell them I'll catch up.
Alright. So
Okay,
we're all
so you go to the guild?
I want to walk in. I'm a lot more serious this time.
Okay.
Super serious. And I walk up to the cleric, and I'm like, the Minotaurs. And I want to draw my sword, and I want to put it down. I'm going to be like, that should be Minotaur blood. I never clean the blade.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Francis looks at it, and, Francis looks at it, and, he says, well, it does seem to not be human blood. Say, didn't your friend, say he sold an axe from the Minotaur over, at the blacksmith?
He did. You can go talk to him yourself.
How about you come with me? I'll lock up the guild and we can walk over together.
Tell you what, you go take a look at it for yourself, and I'll take half of what you were going to pay me. I need to go.
Fair enough.
Should have told him to look at it, and then when we get back, pay you for it.
He hands you a pouch with 25 gold pieces.
I just pick it up, say thank you, pull my sword, stow it, and leave.
Okay.
25 gold, huh?
It's not bad.
Not bad. Alright. So
Alright,
we're all at the gate.
Well, me and Jack are at the barracks. Like, we still haven't even got these guys yet.
Yeah, well, we're at the gate where the barracks are.
Remember the gate where the barracks are?
Yeah, where everybody's there.
Alright, so everyone is at the barracks. What would you like to do? Would you like to go inside?
Akalius, go get those people.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk inside, and I'm gonna open the door, and I'm gonna stand at the door, and I'm gonna yell, I am looking for Sebastian and... What was the other guy's name?
Altarin.
Altarin!
Ow!
You are in a very busy section, basically. When you open the door, you see a large open room. There are a lot of people in there. They're sparring, practicing sword fighting, relaxing. So there seems to be a lot of soldiers. However, amidst all the commotion, 2 men do happen to look up and notice that you're calling.
Mm-hmm.
They stand up and they walk over to you.
Larry!
Larry.
So I'm gonna... They...
But yeah.
So the first person, being the human, you assume is Sebastian, is garbed in a large suit of chainmail. He has very broad shoulder plates and also a very thick metal chest plate. He is wielding a maul. And,
So we clearly see him?
yes, you clearly see him.
I clearly
He
see
does.
him.
We're outside.
Oh, you all are still outside. Well,
Yeah.
Akalius clearly sees him, that he's carrying a maul, and in his belt he also has a dagger.
Okay.
He has a cloak wrapped around his armor as well,
Okay.
and you'd say he looks to be maybe late 20s for a human.
Okay.
He's got a scruffy beard, and you kind of see some flickers of gray in it, and he has long brown hair, perhaps a little longer than you would expect from just really anyone that you would typically see.
Okay.
The other man you assume to be Alparin. He's a half-elf. He's a little bit taller than his compatriot, and he doesn't say anything as he walks up. He has fair blonde hair, and he has a bow and quiver on his back.
So I'm going to, as they walk up, like once they come up to me, the first thing I'm gonna say, "Hello, my name is Akalius, and how many orcs have you slain?" But I'm like very serious, not like my normal goofy self. Like I'm super serious.
Sebastian looks at you with the face of a weathered veteran and says, "I stopped counting, but considering where I live,
Fuck counting, but it was that great.
I think it should be pretty obvious that I've killed my fair share."
How about you, Elf?
Altarin looks at you and...
But I say it in Elvish.
Okay. He opens up his mouth and sticks out his tongue, and you see that it is gone. And
Okay.
he lifts up
I want you to kiss him.
his bangs, and you see a scar with an X on his forehead.
Oh shit! And I'm gonna ask Sebastian, what's his deal?
What's his story?
Don't you worry about him. Let's focus on what we have to do. You're here for the orc slaying, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm not much of a talker. I'm more of a man of action. I'm here to kill orcs. I was told by Francis to receive you guys, and you guys will do the same. And that's all I ask.
Oh, yeah, see you through to him.
I can respect that.
I've slayed many orcs myself. My family was killed by orcs, and my goal is to eradicate as many as I can. Eradicate the evil. And all I want to do is make sure that you can handle yourself, and your answer sufficed. So,
Handle myself. Well, if you weren't a dwarf, I'd tell you that I'd probably been doing this since before you were born. But I assume your story is true. I can see the necklace around your neck.
I can see that it is because of the way that
Yeah.
it is.
it is exactly what it is.
But it seems that we both have a common hobby. I too like killing orcs. I've been doing it for a long time.
And then,
You should say something
So-
like, if you like me, wait to get
well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, enough, dilly darling. You'll love to meet my brother Jakkar. He's very much the same. We have a whole party assembled. I say we get on the way.
Party, you say?
love killing orcs.
Yes, sir. We have quite a few people.
We got a couple dwarfs, a half elf, and a couple idiots. It's great.
Yeah, we have a few me and my brother are very adept in killing orcs. Some of the other have proved themselves to be handy with weapons. One I'm not entirely sure of, but if he dies, he dies. I'm not too sure.
It's not nice to talk about distance that way.
We have one objective, and that's to free your people and kill as many orcs in the process as we can. And maybe me and my brother can get some answers, but that's not important right now. Let's move.
Well, I have to say that Francis outdid himself this time. I'd be happy to join you. Let's get moving.
Yes.
The stables are out back. Our gear is already prepared. I can always fetch a few more horses and saddlebags. Rations have already been prepared for the journey, as well as water. We shouldn't need for much except orc blood.
We won't need for that either.
And then, if I don't mind asking, do you guys have any other things prepared? Maybe some health potions, anything like that, in that way?
No health potions.
Do you know where we can get any?
Those things are pretty scarce around here, but there is a city to the north.
Everybody keeps talking about this city. We have to go.
You should
We
be
must
able to
go
find
this summer.
almost anything there.
Alright, well after we slay the orcs, I suppose I can look there, but let me introduce you to my party, and then we'll walk outside.
Alright, you
And
go
then-
outside.
Jakkar, is he back yet? Let's just say.
Raz is not back
Okay,
yet.
let's say no. So I'm gonna. Jakkar.
My armor's heavy.
Hey, actually, before you sit, can you grab me one of those?
I'm sorry. You are God.
Hello everyone, this is Sebastian here, and this is I'm assuming his friend or his partner, Alterain, something like that. He does not speak. He's not one for talking. He does not even have a tongue. I have learned.
Raz just walked up.
This is
I kind of want to have like Pathfinder. Like,
Hello, friends.
Hello.
so.
My armor's heavy.
This is them. They are going to join us on our adventure. Gorram and Distance. I know we probably didn't even talk about it, but we have a mission, and there's lots of coin involved, so I figured you guys would be up for it. And for you, Gorram, I know you like to crack orc skulls, as you told me once before. There'll be plenty of that, and gold if you so choose.
I believe Gorram just wants to do something. I think he.
I believe we all do.
Do we see the X on the ranger's head?
No, it's
No, it's
covered by
covered
his
in his
bangs.
Okay.
He's got a fucking dog, a fucking wee kid, a fucking idiot, and now 2 more.
I love it!
He's not one for mincing words. He's very handy with that hammer, though.
I love it.
And he has a few tricks up his sleeves. He just wants to kill. So
Sebastian looks at your group and he says, well, I can assure you all that myself and Altharin are more than capable of handling ourselves. Honestly, we were only expecting 1 or 2. We would have felt comfortable with this mission at that point, but seeing as how there's so many, this should be quick work.
By the way, I love Alfredo.
Good to hear.
he's not the smartest bulb in the bunch, even though he keeps talking about how smart he is. You know. Honestly, you just have to tone him out.
I know spells.
Sebastian
I bet you do.
Magic initiate.
Altharin looks at you and motions to everybody to go around the back of the guild. So he kind of says, like, shall we? You know? And Sebastian says, well, it looks like Altharin is ready to get on the road. How about you?
Does his bangs move to seize X?
To make it faster so we don't have to do the... essentially, you guys already know what the quest is, and then we tell you about it, and then that's up to you if you guys are into it or not. So I'll let you guys can...
I think it's great training
Is,
for my child.
Does Sebastian have hair?
Little tag along.
Sebastian?
Yeah.
Yes. Long. It's really long.
Like Fabio? He just looks like Fabio. Just
many
going
is
out.
I want
down his
to
back.
ask Gorram real quick if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. He's awfully grumpy today.
Mind your fucking business.
Yes. Oh, David, you are
Like I said.
You're a
You are
national
amazing.
treasure.
I love it.
All right.
I like a mole
Grumpy ass
every
dwarf.
day.
I'm gonna mumble grumpy ass dwarf underneath my breath.
Brother,
However-
I'm right here.
Gorram, you are coming with?
Yes, yep.
I'm just gonna ask, do you want to slay some orcs?
You sound like a needy fucking teenage girl right now.
Alright, let's do this thing.
He doesn't know.
So, you all
Wait,
head
did you
back
hear
to the stables,
Let's
and
get it all.
you
Let's sell some
see
stuff.
you see Jesus, 8 horses are prepared.
Okay.
All of them with saddlebags and gear.
Damn, why does the little kid get his own horse?
I mean, he can ride on the back, right? No?
He can just sit on.
You can ride in the satchel.
Yeah, why don't he just sit on the back? Why don't he sit on the back of the saddle with?
Wait, is his dog? Are you large? Is she large enough for you to ride her?
No.
Oh.
Jakkar,
That's man.
your normal traveling bag.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put it in the saddlebag?
No.
No.
No, I'm
You're
gonna keep it on me. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to have to take it off the
I'm
horse.
gonna
I'll
kinda-
end up forgetting it, just like
as-
he forgot his chicken.
As we all start getting on the horses and stuff, I'm gonna kind of bump distance, be like, don't leave this one in the pouch this time, hey?
Got him.
Can you guys hear us?
Hey, Josh, you're not in the frame. Move your camera over a little bit. There you go.
David, can you hear us? Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was picking up for a little bit, but it's good now.
Okay.
Sweet.
We're having issues.
I just thought that was a really insensitive joke, so I didn't laugh.
Which one?
Don't worry, I did.
All right, so you all get on your horses and you get to the gate, and Sebastian says, "Well, they've got a 2-day head start. However, there are many more of them, and also they're on foot, so we should be able to catch them, hopefully, in the next 3-4 days."
As we start, as we start riding, because I figured we would start riding so we can get this going. I want to ride next to Sebastian and kind of pick his brain a little bit about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to ask him, have you ever been near or have you seen the Valley of Fear, Sebastian?
I've ventured into the Valley of Fear many times. It lives up to its reputation and its name. It's not a kind place, and there are many orcs. And it's just not a place you want to go unless you have business.
How large is the Valley of Fear?
Here, hold on real quick. I gotta give the setting.
Okay, you got it.
Alright, as you all leave, it is late afternoon. Sebastian seems to intend to ride as far as you guys can, in order to, catch up as much as you can.
Yep.
Basically, yeah. Outside the gate, you see a wide open plain. Sparse trees kind of here and there, rocks, but it looks like a very open landscape. Off to the left, many miles to the left it seems, you can see the edge of a forest, and it occurs to you that that's the forest that you have been traveling through all this time. To the right, off in the distance, you see a mountain range. However, based on the map that you guys have, it occurs to you that there's no way.
I was gonna ask
This
you
was
have
that
that. Yeah, cool. Thank
There's
you.
no way that could possibly be the Heavenly Mountains. They would have been way too far away.
So we're here, no, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay, and then you said which distance is the mountain?
To your to your right, so to the north.
This way?
No,
No,
like
up here.
Up here?
Or over here.
they are. So you're seeing mountains,
Okay.
but these would be very much farther. Like you couldn't see this far.
Okay, so you're probably like somewhere in between.
So you think the map is missing something.
Okay.
Yep. However, other than those two large landscapes, well, actually, sorry, at the foot of the mountains, in the distance, you do see. I mean, it's very small, but it seems to be a city.
Okay.
And perhaps this is the city to the north you've been hearing about all this time.
I'm gonna.
Where I shall buy
I'll
the
talk to-
sword of ice and fire.
I'll talk to Jakkar and be like, after this excursion, we should visit there on our next journey.
Yes, I can buy my magic arrows.
They might have what you've been looking for, brother. I know
So,
Waffles
yes, there's probably plenty of waffles
with maple syrup,
If you-
hot
if you make it that long.
and butter.
you all get on the road and you ride as fast as you can. Do you have more questions for Sebastian? Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to see if he's heard of the orc leader or knows about the valley. Well, I asked him how large the Valley of Fear was.
How large?
Yeah,
Um,
because he says he's been there, so I want to know if he can give me like an idea of what it looks like.
Does he know Stellacious?
well, the area we'll be going into is many days across. However, the farther north you get, the more it chokes in between two mountain ranges. And then it gets to be probably only a day's ride across.
How many orcs do you suspect are in the Valley of Fear?
There were days where there weren't so many, and then a day came where the orcs suddenly fell down from the mountains, and they swept across the land, and they took over the valley, and it seems like since then it's become somewhat of a plague.
So I have to ask, because me and my compatriots here, this is just a side of what our true purpose is.
I'm just telling you.
Have I mean, I'm not telling you more. But what I want to know is, have you noticed? I know that you seem to be a soldier of sorts. Have you noticed more darkness in the land than normal? More creatures stirring, stuff like that. Is that the same time when these orcs came around? More orcs.
Now that you mention it, it does seem that perhaps the two might have come around the same time. I remember the sky seemed a little gloomier each day. Perhaps the birds weren't around as much, the wildlife. Now that you mention it, it may have been when the orcs came that things seemed to start to change. For the worse, though, not for the better.
My brother here might have some questions for you as well.
Is Sebastian's hair just like flowing in the wind?
That's how
like
I
it's just like
that's how I imagine.
like
this whole time.
majestic.
It's Fabio style.
Yeah, that's literally what I imagine him like this as he's talking to me. I'm like, Rip,
He's Fabio.
It is most certainly flying in the wind
I really hope that's
majestically.
what causes his death.
But yeah, I'll have.
However, his face is stern and serious.
So like you look at him from behind and it's like just gorgeous, and then it's just
I just imagine what I imagine is Jason Statham with long flowing hair.
like the commercial.
Yeah. But I'm assuming Jakkar's probably next to us as we talk about it amongst each other.
Is he?
Yeah. And Aurora is running next to us.
And then
Okay.
I'll ask you if you want to ask him stuff now.
No, I'll ask him later. I want to get to where we're going.
I want to fight.
Figure better know what we're up against prior to getting there. We're already riding.
We're gonna go in. I'm gonna miss all my arrows. You're gonna run in, slay everything with your axes, and that's gonna be the battle. And right before they die, Distance is gonna come in with his rapier and rape them, and that's gonna be it.
Who knows? The little Jimmy
And
might
Gorram
be
will end up with the most solo kills.
little Jimmy with one hit point or one just going at it.
I will say one thing, just as a sidebar, real quick.
Yeah.
So when you guys are on, rides like this, going in between places, one thing you can do, if there are any skills you'd like to become proficient in, you can find someone who is perhaps proficient in that skill in your group, and you can spend that time writing, learning.
Such as
Everything.
So say you're bad with charisma, so your skills are going to be a little lower. Say you wanted to be good in something related to persuasion. If you accumulated enough hours of training in persuasion, you would get a proficiency bonus. So +2 to it.
Oh,
Yep.
cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
But,
That is not a thing, it is something I am doing.
cool. It's a thing, guys.
You guys have a long campaign, so this will help you with some things.
So pretty much, yeah, we have.
I'm gonna whip up next to my boy Distance.
Well, Jakkar, are you trying to talk to him? No? Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Distance for a minute. I'm gonna ask him how he's so good at persuading and being disingenuous with people.
How do you know that?
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, because I've seen him do it to people that were around. He's good at persuading people. I've seen him do that.
That's true.
Like, we watched him persuade other people to do things. So I'm gonna ask him because that's something I'm bad at. Might as well while you brought it up.
Yeah, it's impossible to do.
Distance.
The life of an entertainer, like living, town to town, trying to make what money I can. You have to
I have a proposition for you. I have a proposition. Maybe we can trade. I will teach your little squire how to be proficient in fighting with swords and weaponry and how to fight. If you teach me a little more of the lighter touch, the conversational stuff that I may not be very good at. It's a trade.
I'm
Perhaps.
very good at conversation.
Yeah, that's why you're not even here.
Ben
I
loves
think
me.
that is a very solid trade. I would love to see my child learn these things.
My child.
My child.
I love it.
My child.
I just nod and I just pat him on the shoulder and I'll just, keep riding.
Let's get to where we're going.
Can I just roll a perception check to see if there's anything around?
Sure.
9.
You don't see anything of any sort of importance.
How far are we from our destination?
You have about a 3-day ride, probably. You are following the tracks of these orcs. They've left a pretty large, trampled trail in their wake.
That doesn't mean we won't fall behind the scouts or like.
Yeah, for sure. I understand.
But it is starting to get to be dark. Would you guys, knowing that you have probably a few days to ride, would you like to ride through the night and rest tomorrow, or would you like to rest tonight and continue the next day?
We can sleep when we're dead.
I want to ask Jakkar, since he's the one who knows the path left traveled. If we're...
Jack, you're the ranger. Can you tell how long it's been?
For what?
Yeah, because
The terrain.
it's been recently that someone's traveled, we don't want to stumble up upon
Oh
somebody.
no, I want to stumble across some people.
Now, but
If it's villagers at this point, I'm ready.
it'd be okay for us to keep going.
Yeah, can I roll perception?
Sure.
To see how far ahead
Well,
they
isn't
are?
it automatic?
Sure thing.
It should.
It's only for his favorite terrain.
Oh.
I have passive wisdom, but
Well, isn't it? Are we in his favorite terrain? Woods?
No, we're on a plain.
Oh. Oh, he does not see shit.
What's the roll?
8.
You definitely see tracks.
Okay. I can't tell how fresh they are.
You know that it's been a couple days.
Okay.
Just generically. However, anything more accurate is beyond you.
All right. I say we keep riding.
I'm fine to keep going, but I want to ask Akalius if the boy can ride with him, that the boy's squishing me on the horse a little bit because of my tail.
Akalius!
Yes.
Distance wants to know if the boy can ride with you.
Yes, of course. I'll make sure no harm comes to the little child.
I'm gonna have Aurora jump up on my lap so she doesn't have to keep running through the night.
He sits on your tail. It's better than your tail than your front, you know what I'm saying?
So, since you all will be riding through the night, while you're riding, would any of you like to learn anything from another person?
I'm just gonna go off what I already made a deal. I made a deal with the demon, so.
So, persuasion. Anyone?
I'm riding with Aurora sitting on my lap.
Mm-hmm.
She's just perched, sitting there. I'm holding her with one hand, holding the reins with the other, and I'm gonna look over at Gorram and ask him if he can teach me anything about his gods.
Okay. Gorram?
I would know just the basics, but I agree that whatever if he wants.
Ha.
Listen to me ramble.
He's a cleric, he has to.
Are you old man rambling?
There was all I got. Yeah.
Anyone else have anything they want to learn from anyone?
I know athletics, intimidation,
What is it? That helps.
perception,
That would help my
persuasion.
religion, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. If there's no one else, then, let me see. Jack, give me a d20 roll, and Gorram, give me a d20 roll.
Is it Jack the player or
Jakkar, I apologize. Okay. Jakkar and Gorram, give me a d20
Some
roll.
god.
And that is it. Just a basic.
Just
I got
the roll.
13.
13, and you said 7?
11.
11?
That's 7.
Alright. So you guys ride through the night, and Jakkar is listening to the ramblings of an old dwarf talk about his religion, and it seems to stick with you a little better than maybe you or Gorram thought it would. And Gorram, even though his heart didn't seem to be wholly in it, he did give you the basics,
Nice.
and he did a good job explaining it. And you gain 3 hours of religion training.
Okay.
Now,
You said
How many do I need for a plus?
we're gonna give 100.
100 hours of religion training.
Yep, and this is just for the night. So I mean, honestly, you can continue throughout the day or something like that if you wanted to keep it up.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay.
And you're learning persuasion from distance.
Correct.
So Akalius and distance, give me a roll.
I need to mark that.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Distance.
Alright,
Too busy telling old war stories to the little boy.
We're about burning the building.
7
Wasn't doing
plus anything. I don't know what are we.
Just a d20. Roll a 7.
Yeah.
Well,
So, Akalius, riding alongside Distance, stands under his tutelage. However, maybe it's because he's not used to riding through the night, or he just happened to be especially tired. Akalius was definitely not receptive to the information that Distance was putting forth. However, in his defense, Distance seemed to be persuading him that there was no reason that he should learn about persuasion. So,
the old bait and switch.
So, you only end up with half an hour of persuasion training.
Damn, half an hour closer than I was before.
And maybe I can bring it up to him, but like the charisma affects both persuasion and intimidation, which I'm also very good at intimidation because of that. Even though I have a small frame, but I am a demon, so I could possibly help him a little bit more in the intimidation because I don't know how proficient he is in intimidation.
I have +3.
Oh, so confusing.
So I mean, it's not like it's amazing, but it's not bad. But my perception is only 1, and I feel like we use that quite a bit. So
Wait, are you
or
saying
persuasion.
Okay.
Sorry, persuasion. Sorry, I persuaded you to think that.
Alright.
But wouldn't my persuasion, like if I do persuasion and wouldn't persuasion and deception go right hand in hand? No. Okay, that's fine. It's your rules. I just wanted to check.
So are you guys gonna, you ride through the night and you begin to see the sun come up. Do you intend to keep riding? Do you want to rest for a bit? What would you all like to do?
As long as the horses are fine, I'm fine.
The horses are still okay. You think that you might be getting to that point where you're going to be pushing them pretty soon. But you can definitely continue riding. So,
I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
you all continue riding.
What does Sebastian and them want to do?
Oh, they're riding with you guys. They're trying to get there too.
They
They're
just
trying
want
to
their
save
horse.
their people.
They know time is of the essence.
Do you guys want to do the same training? Would you like to continue
next
that?
night, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can rest on a horse? Like a short rest or anything?
At a
can
full
train.
gallop, the way you guys are,
Oh, it's
probably
just
not right
full-
now.
full
Yeah,
straight
you guys
up
are full out right now. But
What time is it?
it's, like crack of dawn.
Crack it on.
Mm-hmm. So,
And we're just going through a plain?
yep, yeah, there's really not a whole lot to see. You just, basically you have a pretty decent trail left by these orcs. They're very heavy-footed and
So we've gone a whole
really
nother.
deep
We've
prints.
gone a whole nother day at this point.
This
the rules
is-
at night. It's like daybreak,
yeah.
so it's like the beginning.
Um,
So-
well, can
whenever
I eat?
roll-
Can I eat?
Yeah, for sure. You can eat your
Whenever I
rations,
rolled,
yeah.
whenever I tried to detect how far they were away, that was during the day. Before.
Yes.
All right, so now it's the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
So can I check again?
Sure.
Okay. Be gone, peasant.
Big one.
Okay. And that's perception, right?
Yes.
19.
19?
Yeah.
You notice, there seems to be a pretty decent amount of orcs. You can't exactly tell how many, but it does seem to be at least 5 or 6.
Can I tell if they're dragging humans, or is it just like horses, or is it footprints, or they're running? What can I see?
What you can tell is that the prints are pretty... They're not old, but they're also not fresh. It does seem like it's been a day or two, probably more along the lines of 2 days since they ran that way. However, you can kind of make out one of them maybe seems as though it's sunken in a little more than the other
Like
feet.
it's carrying?
So perhaps they may be carrying the people.
Okay. And I still don't know how if we're getting close. I should be able to tell if they're close, right?
You can say that those tracks were left about 2 days ago. So
That means we're still 2 days away. But we've been riding for 2 days.
you were running for 12 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's the
Yeah,
next.
we would need sleep and food if it was 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So you all continue riding. You continue the same training. Akalius, Distance, Gorram, and Jakkar. Give me rolls.
I'm gonna try a different one. Use my other D20. See if this is any better. Nope.
Hey, what do I? Just a regular.
Yeah,
That's
D20.
That's an 18.
18.
5.
5. Gorram.
16.
That was a distance.
That was Distance. Gorram.
18.
18.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. Gorram, maybe just he finally found someone who's willing to listen to him talk about his gods, or maybe he just needed to, have another morning pass by. That way he could forget about waking up on the wrong side of the bed at the end. He tells a much more convincing story of how he learned about his religion, and Jakkar is extremely receptive to it. And Jakkar, you gain 10 hours of religion training due to this.
30 out of 100. Thanks, Gorram.
Distance, you said you rolled a 16,
Yes.
and you were a 5.
Don't fucking ask again.
Okay, I'll ask.
Distance is a lot better at explaining persuasion to you. However, once again, you really just don't seem to be all that interested. Perhaps you remembered more of his lesson the night before about persuading you not to be persuaded, and you decided to not be persuaded to be persuaded. So, you receive 2 hours of persuasion training.
Before we keep riding, we're still riding, but after getting all those hours of religion from Gorram, I want to look over and ask him if he wants to hold Aurora on his horse.
Stupid.
Gorram?
It's a big no.
Damn it. Alright then. No worries.
Alright, it's midday. Do you guys want to continue?
How are the
The horses are definitely starting to look a little worse for wear.
Let's rest and eat. Right?
It's
For
been-
a second.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Take a short
Okay.
break and let him rest.
You all get off, eat some rations, graze on the horses graze for a little bit.
Aurora's gonna take a little nappy.
Sebastian gets water for the horses, and you all rest for about 4 hours. You get a short rest, not that you needed it, but you do. And you're all ready to get going again, so you continue riding. Do you want to ride through the night again?
I say if we're...
It's midday. Do you want to keep riding through the night?
I mean, we took a rest, so I mean, we're not completely dead, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go to the front.
Okay.
But still in a way that I know where we're headed, because Sebastian and them are leading us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of in a way that I know where they're going. You know what I mean? Not too far, but enough to where that makes sense.
Sure. Yep.
Keep riding.
So
And I want to put my helmet on.
okay. You all ride out, and you continue riding through the night. Would you all like to continue doing the training?
Yes.
Okay. So you do
Gorram!
that. Everybody do your rolls again.
You just come up next to him.
13.
13.
Yeah.
What the?
14.
Oh,
Yeah, 14.
please go. Just oh, what the fuck? Dude?
Distance and Gorram.
Here we go. I got a 3.
Hey, yeah.
What do you say?
He got a natural 20.
Okay. And you had a 13.
Yeah, I got a 13 this time, Josh. I didn't fuck it up completely.
Jakkar seems really eager to continue learning about Gorram and his history. However, Gorram just seems like he's kind of fed up with talking today, and
He told me not to
He
ask.
seems to be more muttering, and at a full gallop like you guys are, Jakkar can't really hear much, so he doesn't learn anything.
None?
He gets about a half hour of religion training in.
Ooh. He's tired of your bullshit.
However, for the
Thanks,
first
Gorram. I'll
time,
ask you tomorrow.
Distance seems to have gotten the attention of Akalius. He just fucking knocks his training out of the park. he persuades him that he should learn persuasion.
Holy shit.
And,
Oh my god,
shit.
sometimes it'd be like that.
Akalius gains 15 hours of persuasion training.
We're at 17
He
and a half.
persuaded you to learn.
Thanks a lot,
You're
Gorram.
really good at this distance. I appreciate it. Trust me, your boy will be in good hands when we get some time.
So you all continue, you ride through the night. The landscape seems to be unchanged. The moon is full. You can see, pretty broadly around you as the night goes on. You see the moon set and the sun rise, and here it is, the second day of your journey. What would you all like to do?
How Jack perception?
Yep, I'd like to roll again, see if we're any closer, see
Okay.
if I can tell anything else. 16.
16? Is that with your modifier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You look at the tracks, and it definitely seems like they are far more fresh than what you've been seeing before. You feel that at this point, they're probably less than a day ahead of you.
Okay.
Have they made camp anywhere along the lines? Have we noticed any kind of encampments?
Not that you've noticed. You haven't really been looking, so you haven't really noticed.
See, can I? Let's see. Hold on a second. Can I have Aurora sniff for to see if she can tell like anything else besides like, or am I able to see as much as we can possibly see?
You can see everything. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's a flat plane.
Okay.
The
So
only
I
thing
can't,
that
she couldn't see anything else or smell anything else or see anything else more than I can. Okay.
the only thing that really could potentially obscure any sort of view is the occasional tree or like rock, basically. But otherwise, it is like a flat open plain.
Okay.
All right.
What
So-
time is it now?
It is now daybreak,
On the
So-
third.
and they're less,
Daybreak on the third day.
second day.
and they're less than a day's ride away, probably.
They are less than a day away, it seems.
So I say we keep riding, if the horses allow it, until night. Take a rest, and then we'll meet them in the morning.
How are the horses looking?
Right now the horses are looking like they're okay, but they'll probably need some rest soon.
So if we could
Ride till lunch.
yeah, we could
Stop
ride
for
till lunch,
lunch.
take a small break, then we'll ride to the night, just get a good night's sleep, and then we'll find them in the morning.
Yeah.
Dave,
Okay.
that okay with you, man?
Yeah, at what point do we start suffering from exhaustion?
So exhaustion will set in a lot faster if you haven't had any sleep. However, you did have a short rest the day before, and seeing as you haven't suffered any sort of battle fatigue, and you've also been eating and drinking water, you aren't really suffering too much from it. It's more just like you're kind of pushing yourselves to the limit here.
Okay.
All right, so you continue to ride until midday.
Yep.
All right, you do that.
Could I do my training again, or do we already do that for the morning? 'Cause I think we did it last night, or not?
No, you did it for up to that point. So yeah, go ahead if you want to.
Gorram.
Distance.
Everyone do their rolls, unless you don't want to, Jakkar. And that's also, I mean, distance and Gorram, you don't have to train if you don't want to. So
I'm at 9.
Well, it was a wash that time, Josh. I got a 3. I apologize. I'm not a good student.
distance and Gorram.
He got a 12.
Gorram,
Yeah.
what did you roll? Sorry.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Gorram, seems like he's feeling a little better today, but he seems like honestly the subject of religion is getting a little tiresome for him. Jakkar might also feel like he's heard enough about it, and he just doesn't really feel
Tired of the
like
rejection.
listening a whole lot. But together you guys kind of get about an hour's worth of training for it.
Okay.
Akalius, decides to ignore his teacher today.
Let's talk to my
Distance, he didn't seem too thrilled about doing it either. But once again, you both get about an hour. You guys continue to midday. Would you like to take a rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Rest for lunch.
Rest for lunch.
Lunch
Eat,
and then
sleep.
get the horses rested a little bit.
Okay. You all do your rest. And so at this point, you know, at daybreak, it was less than a day that it seemed the orcs were away from you.
Mm-hmm.
What will be your game plan for right now?
Well,
I'll just kind of maintain my gear, clean the blood off of it. I take the helmet off, and I just kind of maintain it.
I'm gonna.
Let me
Pretty
scout ahead.
Yeah,
Let me go ahead since we're almost there. Let me go ahead a little bit with Aurora, since we can see.
But isn't it a flat plane though? So wouldn't it matter if you? I mean, does it matter? Or?
No, because we can stealth and go. And
I just didn't know. I was just asking Ben because I didn't know if it would matter. Because if you go up 5 feet or not, it's still a flat plane.
yeah, but we want to catch up to them without them knowing, right?
True.
And if 8 horses come galloping up towards them, they're gonna hear us.
They're going to escape from us.
Mm.
But yeah.
I mean, or we can all charge up. It's up to you guys.
Hey Josh.
Yeah.
So let me see. Are we going on without you after you leave tonight?
I don't know what's all in store, but depending on like what the situation is, I figure that they could,
Mm-hmm.
and I can like figure out something to do in the meantime. I guess it depends on where we leave things at that time.
Okay.
I mean, if we're in a battle, do you want us to like play him?
Well, so what I'm thinking is if it's a battle that's not too devastating, that you guys should be able to do it by yourself, and like I'm not gonna make a difference. Then what I can do is me and my child can watch from the sidelines, and basically I tell him to watch and learn, and so he's gonna.
Take an arrow to the
It's
neck.
going to be an educational session battle, basically. Worst case scenario, someone's kid just fucked by a Minotaur, then I can hop in, throw a heal or something like that, you know.
So basically, we can keep you in our back pocket if we need a heal,
Yeah, we need a pocket cleric.
or like a thunderclap.
Okay.
Keep wanting to
Well,
call it
you guys don't
thunderclap.
want to use that one anyways. But
Nope, just in case we need to.
But we did acquire 2 more compatriots, so I don't think
child.
I think it'll be alright.
Don't kill your
Understood.
child.
Oh,
Okay.
he did.
He instantly.
Don't get kidnapped or
You're
raped.
like here. Watch this battle. Instantly, an orc fires an arrow.
Not just that, he just gets kidnapped. They just like
Alright.
a football.
So you all, what was the plan? You wanted to scout ahead?
Well, that's why I was asking if they want me to go forward and see, stealth up and see with Aurora, since we have the best perception.
I mean, at this point, we probably should.
Or we
rest,
can
yeah.
just, we're resting right now. I'm just saying, like, after the rest, do you want me to go ahead, find them, then come back? Or do you want to just all run forward and just
Well, 'cause
run straight into them?
I thought, because if we finish at midday, so I figured we keep riding, because we're still going to be more
No,
than
he
half.
said that we're right up on them.
Yeah, less than a day, and we haven't been riding for less than a day. We've only been riding half a day.
That's less
You've
than
been
a day.
riding for like 5-6
Yeah,
hours.
6 hours.
Yeah, that's
so
less than a day.
a day is 24 hours. So we would still need to ride, like,
A day? Are you considering a day the full 24? Or are you considering it like a day to dawn till dusk?
I mean, a day is a day, man. It's 24 hours.
so I was.
I mean, if you're trailing someone, are you only going to account for 18 hours of their movement?
Yeah, because we're thinking that they're sleeping too. Are they running through the night?
I mean, we don't know.
You just said that we were getting close to them.
I did.
All right, so that
I never specified how close.
said less than a day.
Right. So can I roll and find out how close they are?
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to.
We run half a day.
I might joke to you.
I mean, we run half a day, so we'll probably be closer. So
Yeah, I want to know how close. I want to know how many hours we are away.
Roll for it.
15.
15. You look at the tracks and you see that they are probably about.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
oh, yeah, I got you.
Oh my god.
Yeet.
Oh
Not
my
even
God.
close. That's the roll right there. That's the
That is the roll. Let's see.
Natural 20.
Probably about 8 hours away.
8 hours. All right. We all gotta go.
So my thought is, we ride for another like 6 until it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
We sleep, be fully rested, and then we'll only be a couple hours away. And then we can.
What if they don't sleep? Then there's gonna be still 8 hours.
We're
away.
riding a horse. We're faster than them.
Snuff balls.
I mean,
So that's why we would catch up on them.
We need
my
to sleep.
question is,
Because if we
are
don't
we?
sleep, we're gonna be exhausted.
No,
We
I
can't fight
understand.
like
We need to rest before we fight them. My question is, do we want to they have hostages, right? So we just we ride up on them with a party of 8 into their thing. They're just gonna panic, kill the people, or they're gonna die in the battle. Like we need to stealthily try to get these people back if we want,
I mean, perhaps. I mean, we don't know for sure because we haven't seen them yet.
I'm just saying, like this party of orcs is gonna.
Or
Like-
not that smart. Let's be honest.
It's not about them being smart or not. It's about the fact that if we just run up on them and we don't surprise them, they're gonna hear us coming. They're gonna be prepared. We're not gonna have advantage, and they could kill the hostages.
Well, you better have a good perception check when we get closer.
I mean, I'm just saying. That's my thinking, right? I mean, am I just
but if
am
we
I
get off
being too
our,
cautious?
I mean, we can't sneak up on them now. We're too far away.
Right. So we ride up, like you said, we ride up 6-7 hours.
take a sleep.
We sleep, maybe short rest, 4 hours.
I mean, the people don't have to be alive.
They don't have to be alive, but that's. Listen to you.
What are your
Mr.
thoughts, Dave, in distance?
What do you want? What do you think about that?
You and Gorram.
I trust the ranger. He knows this shit a lot better than I do.
What about you, Gorram?
Yeah, I was just listening, and I just say I'm up for whatever, but I'm not too stealthy.
Right.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. We get up close, and then I will stealth up, scope it out, see how many there are, see where the people are, what kind of how they're bound, where they're bound.
Are we gonna be in the Valley of Fear when we get to them, or are we still just like an open plain? Like what? Like
It's an open plain right now.
so we're
Question.
not gonna be in the Valley of Fear.
Question: if how far can they see us, like feet wise?
The orcs?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an open plain. So if you're
Can
standing,
you give me feet wise?
I mean, like you can see things on the horizon, man. Like when you're standing on a flat level place, like you can see as
things
far
a mile
as you can
away.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mile away.
So
yeah,
actually, what is it?
How do we plan on stealthing
Yeah.
a mile away?
I mean, we can travel a mile. Like, it's not like we can't. Me and Aurora can't.
You
travel.
can stealth. I mean, ultimately, the thing with stealth is like you're not becoming invisible to the naked eye. You
Yeah,
are
it is.
traveling in such a way that you aren't drawing attention to
Conspicuous.
yourself.
Yeah, we're not being.
Well,
So
we
like
can't
if you're on a horse, you're going slow enough that you're not kicking up dust or things of that nature.
Okay. All right. Let's just get to the night and rest, and then we'll go from there.
Ride forward and then we can debate over a campfire.
All right, so you're riding into the night.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. You ride and you watch as the sun starts to set. The landscape is still very monotonous. Sparse trees, rocks. You can still see the mountain range off in the distance. However, directly ahead of you, it appears that maybe you might actually be seeing more trees far off in the distance.
There we go.
And
Yeah,
you're thinking maybe that could be the Valley of Fear. As the sun gets lower and lower and the light starts to fade away, you actually notice a bit of light yourself coming off ahead, maybe a little bit to the right.
Can I ask Sebastian if this is the Valley of Fear? Because he's been there, no?
You ask Sebastian, he says, "No, we're not in the valley yet."
What happened to Dave?
He's there.
Dave, you there?
Oh yeah, no, he's there.
He's just off
Yeah,
center.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
I'm here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it looked like all one big screen with Josh. It like blended together.
That's nice.
Oh my god, it does like the
Yeah,
door.
yeah,
He says, "No, this isn't the valley. Actually, where you see those trees off yonder, that's where the valley begins. We're still just in an open plain.
Can I guess it'd probably be best for you to do it, Jack, is to perception of the light, because my perception's pretty shit. So.
Wait, what?
Because he said that there was light to the right of it. We saw light as it got dark.
So like maybe where their camp is.
Yeah. So that'd probably be your.
Can I check
your,
and see
your
it?
cup of tea there?
Roll perception.
10.
Was that a 4?
Yeah, 10.
He has +6 perception.
Damn.
Can I help him?
You
He wants
look-
to take advantage.
I mean, you could also roll perception if you want.
I mean, I can roll. Mine's +1, so I better roll something good.
Yeah, you never know.
Nope, 6.
Nope.
I mean, anyone can feel free to.
It's,
You all.
it's a 14.
Yeah.
14. Okay, so you actually rolled better than your passive perception. So you look at the light and you notice that it seems to kind of flicker a little bit. So you think perhaps this might be a fire.
You gotta share.
Oh my god, guys, there's a fire over there. Warm.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta
Let's
share
go.
that information with me.
I don't know if we should just. I know you've probably never done this, but orcs are not nice people. I believe we should talk about this for a minute.
Have you
Yes,
seen
let's
the
all talk
thing?
about this. Since we're all sitting here around the fire resting. Have we rested yet?
You have not.
No, I figured that. I mean,
Listen,
because you only need a trance.
I'm going to trance for 4 hours, and then this is my plan. I'm going to take Aurora. We're going to stealth over there they're in the trees, right? We see the light in the trees?
No, you
Light
actually
before the
can't
trees.
quite see. It's before the trees.
Before the trees. Okay. So it's dark. I'm going to trance for 4 hours. I'm going to stealth over there. I'm going to check the campsite out. I'm going to find out how many orcs are in the camp, who's asleep, where the people are. I'm going to come back. We can formulate a plan of attack, and then we can run in.
How far is the campsite from us? By foot?
It appears to be maybe a mile or two.
Yeah.
So as Jakkar's saying that, I'm gonna just kind of nod and yawn and stretch and start laying down, and try to get some sleep.
Can you talk to your dog, your wolf,
Yes.
telepathically? How far?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Is it like find familiar, so only like 100 feet?
I didn't know you could talk.
I mean,
to
it's
them.
not telepathically.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh.
They
No.
understand
The commands, yeah. So not telepathic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can
So
like,
if he gets fucked, then we can't go in and save him.
What? I mean, what
Yeah.
do you mean?
If you fail your stealth check, you roll a nat 1 while you're inside their field.
No,
and
no,
then
I'm,
obviously all the
I'm gonna
orcs
be
is-
stealth because they can't see me yet right now. So I just naturally stealth, and I can go in. I have to do some. I have to fail something to become unstealth. Which, I mean, there's nothing that I'm gonna be doing that's gonna be not
It's
stealth.
technically up to the DM's whim.
Oh no, I'm just saying like I'm not gonna be like doing any actions that should, unless I like roll a 1 when I'm like I throw a perception and like break a twig,
Yeah.
and then they hear me. You know what I mean? So I'd be naturally stealth. I mean, does that not sound like a good plan? Is that not a solid plan?
it is as long as
Distance
it's not
or-
caught.
I mean, if I get caught, I get caught.
I think you
If
should
we're-
take
we'll
the
run
ranger
back.
with you.
I should take the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is a.
Okay.
You won't. You don't have to worry about him talking.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. So the 2 of us and Aurora will go.
Okay.
How fast can Aurora run?
In a
Aurora
mile.
is.
A mile. How fast would that take?
I mean, it's on horseback, and I'd probably say it would take. I mean,
Just Aurora herself.
just
Star
Aurora.
Wars. Yeah.
Not long. I mean, probably like.
She has
15
her speed
minutes.
is 40, so
Well, I mean, if you
15
think
minutes in a mile?
15.
I run 15 minutes in a mile. That's
then
pathetic.
less than that, man. Way less actually. Probably like 5-6 minutes. Yeah. Because I mean, a wolf can run
Yeah,
like
I can run
35
like
miles an
most
hour.
So then if you get into danger, you can send Aurora back.
Go get the group.
So actually, yeah. I mean, it'd probably be like 2-3 minutes actually. to
Okay.
get there.
Yeah, it's a sound plan. I mean, might as
Yeah,
well.
that's
I mean,
what
it's
that's
the
what we'll do.
best
I mean,
option we got.
I'm not going to go in and like attack. I'm not going to be let there.
Stay far enough away.
Yeah.
Let me see. So you and Altarine are going to trance, and Aurora is going to lay down and nap with you, Jakkar.
Okay.
The rest of you are all going to rest, correct?
Yeah, I ate, prayed, and went to sleep.
Okay. Everybody does that. You all eat, go to bed. 4 hours go by. Jakkar, Altarine, and Aurora. Would you all like to leave on your mission?
Yes.
Okay. You look ahead at the field in front of you, and you see that The closer you get to the trees, the actual tree line of the Valley of Fear, it seems like you see a little bit more landscape, I guess. There seems to be more trees as you get closer. Throughout the plain, it's just been spotted kind of randomly, but now it seems like they actually begin to form small clusters. However, it doesn't seem like the obstruction of the light, because it is broken, the light. It doesn't seem as though it's being obstructed by trees.
Because it's only like, what, 4 a.m., right?
Yeah. The closer you get, it seems that there is a large cluster of it's a cluster of large rocks. And it seems as though perhaps there's a fire in the midst of it. At this moment, you're probably about a half mile away. You're stealthed. It's still not quite dawn. Probably still have another 2-3 hours of light left, or of nighttime left. As you continue to move closer, you begin to hear voices in Orc language. You speak Orc, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can hear actually songs from the Orcs. Maybe a few of them. And there also seems to be an argument about food. There's one going on about what to do with the people they kidnapped. Basically, they all seem to just be kind of bickering and fighting about everything.
Looks like meat's back
How
on
many?
the menu.
How many?
Why are you asking these questions? You're not there.
How would they know?
We're half a mile away.
Oh, sorry.
God.
I thought.
And you're not even there.
But no. Basically, you just hear voices, and you continue to approach, and you get to probably about 300 yards away. The light seems to be a little more clear. You are beyond sure that it is a campfire, and these are definitely orcs sitting around it.
Okay.
Are you on horseback?
Well, we rode up there, yeah, but now we're at like a slow. We're just at this point we're that close. Like we've come to like a slow like trot, and I want to stop completely. And we're in a plain, right? So there's nothing really to tie the horses up to.
Right.
So there's the 2 horses. I want to tie them together.
Okay.
So they can't like wander off because they just pull on each other.
You can take the reins and you can put a stake from your adventure and nail it down.
I don't have a stake. I have no
You have something like I said. You have the Explorer pack, right?
Or
You have the Dungeoneer pack.
where's my thing? I have all this stuff there.
I think you have the Explorer pack if I'm not
You
mistaken.
just have an
backpack.
Explorer pack.
So I believe
Titans?
Hmm?
Titans?
No, I don't have Titans. I don't have the Explorer's pack. I have a backpack.
No, your Explorer pack comes with the backpack in it. Because doesn't he get a crowbar?
Yes.
So the crowbar you can wedge into the ground
Okay. Yeah,
and use that as a.
That's what I'll do. I do know I have a crowbar. I don't know where I wrote that though. Yeah, I do have a crowbar. So I'll put the crowbar in the ground. And
Okay.
Use that as like
you
a.
can tie the
post.
reins. Tie the reins of mine and Alterain's or Sebastian's. Alterain's.
Alfredo.
Our horse is Alfredo. And so we're still stealth, right? So me and him and Aurora, we're gonna creep up towards the camp.
How are you getting the crowbar in the ground?
I'm just gonna push it in the ground. It's the plains. The ground should be soft enough that I can put a crowbar into it.
It's actually pretty hard terrain since they don't get a lot of rain.
I'm pretty strong. So
An
it should be
idea.
fine. No, it's good.
Give me a strength check.
16.
16? Yeah. Okay, you managed to push it in far enough to where you can actually tie it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. What would you like to do now?
So we're creeping up towards the camp. You said there's like rocks around where they're like kind of camped up, right? The fire's like in the middle of like some rocks. I'm gonna look over at Alterain since he can't speak and we're like really close. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna point over that way, and he's gonna know because we're both half elves and we're rangers that I I want him to go around the right side, and then Aurora and I are going to creep around the left side and get behind some of the rocks appearing to the camp where everybody is.
Okay.
And then I want to look to see how many orcs are there, how many
I
tents.
would like for you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
Roll for initiation.
I would.
Stealth. 23.
Okay. You managed to get very close.
Yeah.
You are at probably about 30 feet from the closest rock of the cluster.
Mhm.
You notice a few orcs kind of on the perimeter of the rocks, and it seems like they're kind of scouting.
Mhm.
They're keeping an eye out for the area around them.
Mhm.
However, you still hear voices coming from within the rocks.
Okay. So I can't see in there.
You cannot see into the rocks. It's kind of like seems to be a pretty natural circle of them almost.
Snap their necks.
I've never missed Khadgar more in my life.
Alright, so I can't see in there. I can just hear voices.
Right.
Mhm.
What about
It's super useful.
Altering? He's on the other side. So that's
Altarine, on his way around the other side of the rocks, as he's crawling, he manages to crack a twig with his elbow, and you notice one of the orcs, his attention is drawn in that direction. He looks around for a second, doesn't really seem to see anything. However, he does.
I don't know if he dies yet. I can't scream.
He does go back into the circle of rocks, and you, because you know Orcish, hear him tell somebody, "I think someone might be out there."
I'm gonna fucking run, bro.
Altering.
Fuck that guy. We don't know that.
He is not all terrain.
He is not.
He is not an all-terrain vehicle.
He's not at all.
Alright, guys, I gotta go.
Okay.
All right.
So,
We'll have your boy do training.
is I want to give a bardic inspiration to Akalius,
No.
Jakkar, and Gorram before I leave. So that way you guys can use that in your
Don't give it to me. I'm gonna say it on your
next
fucking language.
adventure. Me and my child are going to stay on the outskirts of any kind of
Can we use his heals if needed?
Yeah, so we can pull him in.
Okay, cool.
research and trying to learn battle strategy.
Okay.
Probably the shittiest group he could learn it from, since we have none. But
Weird.
maybe he'll learn something from it. And then, like I said, worst case scenario, someone's about to die. If I need, someone wants to do a healing or something like that, I have both healing word and cure wounds level 2.
Okay.
And other than that, I will be on stream. I'll have it lower so I won't always be able to hear. Plus, it lags sometimes. So, actually, I should be able to change the settings on it. Make it lower.
So,
Yeah, anyways, if you need me for anything, just text. But other than that, you should be good to go, bud.
Cool.
all right,
Sounds
Josh.
good, man. It was good having you. Take it
fun.
easy.
See you, man.
Bye, distance. The little bitch.
Hey, he can't kill her. He can't steal her kills this game.
I know.
Let's go.
Comes in with a heel, steals it.
What?
As the orc
College wounds.
goes back into the circle of rocks, you actually look back to where Altarine seemed to be.
Yeah.
You see him stand up to a crouch, and he moves back towards the horses, quickly but stealthily.
Okay.
And no one seems to notice him.
So he's retreating.
Yes.
You realize he done goofed.
I have bardic inspiration.
Book it, bro.
Alright,
What
so
would you like to do?
so there's the two arcs were standing in front of me. The one went back into the rocks, right?
Mhm.
So there's still just one on patrol.
That you can see.
Oh no.
Should I kill him?
Oh my god.
No, you should not kill
Oh
him.
my god.
You got all the information you needed. Now we can.
Not
all-
No, we don't. I don't know where the people might not even be in there.
Who cares?
Oh my god.
We get paid regardless.
I mean,
What
I'm
what
just saying.
what do you care?
Huh?
All you care about is killing orcs. People are irrelevant to you.
That's what I'm saying. Can I kill this guy, or what do you think?
If you kill him, they have all those there. We're not near you.
Yeah, but I'm stealth, so I can just slit his throat, you know?
You don't know if they can see him, so if you shoot him in the head and he falls over...
No, I won't shoot him. I'm close enough where I can just come in and just...
I said you're 30 feet away from him and you're crawling.
Oh. I thought you said he was...
I don't think you can one-shot an orc, is the thing.
Yeah, probably not.
They have 16 health.
Alright, we'll retreat.
16
We'll
health.
come back to the horses.
My
We're going to go
monster
back
is like 15
together to tell
Yeah,
them
15
what we
plus.
saw. The little encampment with the orcs and fire and...
Well, I
Give
guess...
me a stealth check.
So, can we just
Bardic
say...
inspiration. That is... Where's my stealth? Stealth is 5. That's 14.
14?
No, I got it. It's not fine. We're retreating. We can run. It's good. If worst case scenario, they know we're coming.
You managed to
Nice.
crawl away unnoticed.
Can we call it 4 hours from the time that they went, scouted, and came back, so we can they're coming and then
You're
right
right.
wake us up? Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that, sure. Or we could just say that when they got back, they let you guys keep sleeping.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
However,
Oh yeah, guys, we just found a massive amount of orcs over there. We're just gonna let you...
If your aim is to get a full rest, then yeah, we'll say that.
yeah, we'll do that. That's fine.
Okay. Alright. So, what do you report, Jakkar?
Oh, I want to let them know that we got close enough to hear a bunch of bickering. So there's at least, I'd say I would guess there's at least a half a dozen, if not more, because we couldn't tell, we couldn't see enough. But I also want to tell them that they were alerted because this asshole over here broke a twig on their way around. This guy that can't speak wasn't very stealthy for a half elf, and they know that we're out there, so they'll probably be expecting us to come.
You do know half elves are, charismatic. They're not dexterous.
Huh?
They half elves are politicians.
But I have
I'm gonna-
half elves have good dexterity.
When he tells me that he
Plus
was,
two charisma.
when he tells me he's an asshole,
Good dexterity.
I'm gonna look at Alternate and say, "What do you have to say for yourself?" And then I'm gonna go,
Oh wait.
"Oh wait."
I'm
just gonna look down.
I'm also gonna tell them that we weren't able to see inside their camp to see where the hostages were and how they were bound and where they were inside there.
Okay.
But that's all. I'm
So you make your report. What would everybody like to do?
Eat.
Okay. Do you want to wait until the sun comes up?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's daybreak, no? Or
It's close.
okay. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna kind of go over all my weapons, make sure get my javelins nice and ready. I'm gonna kind of look at my sword, inspect it, make sure everything's good. And then I'm also going to talk to little Jimmy because at this point he's been with me the whole time. Considering
Okay.
he made him ride the horse with me. I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I'm gonna, little one, you're gonna stand off to the side, and as as distance promised, I will show you a display of how to dismantle. So stay out of sight. If anything sees you, run. And then pat him on the head.
And,
Okay.
And then I ask, kind of survey the room and just ask how everyone's feeling. We ready to slay some orcs? It's a good day to slay some orcs.
am I done eating at this point, or was I eating? Or
Sure.
I ignore him, and then I take my helmet and I put it on.
I'm gonna go sit next to him.
Okay.
You're rather quiet today, Ross.
I get up and I leave.
Okay.
I like you a lot better this way.
Gorram, you ready to go?
I'm just gonna eat, go and ship together, cast Blessing of the Forge on my Warhammer, and prepare my spells.
Okay.
Can I just have the same preparation?
Yeah. Distance also prepares his spells.
All healing words.
And
all healing spells.
he grabs little Jimmy and tells him to follow him as you all decide to move out. Jakkar,
Yes.
you're following him in.
Yes.
Okay. What is the overall plan? You guys want to attack while it's still dark? Do you want to wait until daybreak?
I would like to kind of head that way because they already know where he's at
Okay.
or where they are at, and then I guess go from there. See what happens.
Okay. Do you want to? Does everyone want to stealth before you move out?
No, I am not stealthy. I am.
Well, I'm gonna stealth, or at least try.
Okay.
Might as well try if we can, and then because he's the meat shield anyway. So if they see him, at least they'll attack him first.
Okay. So you all go stealth, and you all begin to move toward the direction of the camp. Jakkar leads you in the same direction that him and Al-Karim went the night before. And you dismount at the same place that he did as well previously.
Mm-hmm.
And you all begin to move your way towards the orc camp. When you get to about 200-300 yards away, you start to see the sun break on the horizon. So sunrise has started.
All right.
At dawn the first day.
What would y'all like to do?
I'm literally just walking toward it. Like I am.
Okay.
I'm fucking like.
And then I go like this. I go to like caution him, and I'm just like, okay.
I don't know what's going on. If you put the helmet on now, he's just not talking.
You can walk. You can run in. It's fine.
I think he thinks of himself a lot. I mean, he can be a meat shield. I don't care. We get paid more that way if he does.
I'm good with it.
It's a win-win, honestly.
Give me a stealth roll.
Me?
All of us?
No,
Or-
just Raz.
So.
What is your stealth?
Stealth is dexterity, right?
Intelligence, I think? Oh, no, it's
No,
Dex.
it's
I'm
Dex.
sorry. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
why
Dex.
I said that. Yeah.
So
I have a minus
10.
1.
Oh, do I have a minus one? I thought it was
Yeah.
0. Oh, so 9.
9. Okay.
Not very dexterous, my friend.
As you're walking toward the circle of rocks, one of the orcs sees you, and in turn sees the rest of the group.
Hold on. How far is he?
It's probably about 150 yards away.
150 yards away?
He just cries out in Orcish. Screech.
Isn't it?
Hang on 1 second. Sorry.
What are we hanging on for?
Yeah, what are we
Sorry.
going for?
Give me a second.
For what?
He sees you. What are you gonna do?
How far
Or
does
yards?
the light crossbow shoot?
Not 150 yards.
Yeah, no way. It's short. It's short range, right?
The light crossbow?
Yeah.
Crossbows are short, man.
Probably 60 feet or 30
No, it's
feet.
going to be a little longer than that.
150?
Because longbow is 120.
That's
No.
450
200?
feet.
600.
Oh, 600.
Yeah.
Yeah, longbow's far. Light crossbow, we have 320 max range.
320 max
So it's
range?
out of your range.
Oh, I thought you said it was 150.
That's
Feet.
times 3.
Yeah.
150
feet.
yards. 450 feet.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So he
Alright,
sees us
yeah,
all
no,
now?
keep going.
Or
Okay.
Yes, and he now sees all of us because of your dumbass.
So the orc
It's RP, bro. Sorry.
sees Raz and runs to the inside of the rock circle.
can
And I'm walking.
And slits the throats of the 3 people, and we're like,
What would you all like to do?
Can I-
Actually, you know what? Roll initiative.
Before I can, when I'm walking up, I kind of wanted to do some. Can I draw my weapons as I'm walking? As like. That's what I was kind of.
What are you
I was
drawing
going for the
from?
whole.
You can draw your sword. And
I actually wanted to weapon bond, draw it.
okay, you can do that.
I wanted to, and then take the shield off.
okay.
You magically have your sword appear in front of you.
It's not bad.
However,
What are we doing? We
Oh,
all
see, it is a bonus action, is it?
Yeah, but I mean, so if I do the bonus action and then take the shield off, it should be in one.
It'll be your action for your first turn.
So it would be initiative.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to go for this. All right. Okay.
Hey Ben, are we gonna get a visual?
Yes.
It's like every part.
The map is incoming.
I love it.
Where are we dropping?
I should prop one.
Oh, I want to know how far away I am from them too.
I'm the jump master.
Where did the...
Please don't do a permanent mark.
Yeah, where's the good? Where's the good one?
I rolled.
Yeah, Ben came
I
prepared.
rolled a 20 for initiative. It's my turn. I go first. I'm gonna put an arrow through that orc fucking face.
Do you have any?
Gonna hit him.
Don't you have bonus to
in the
initiative
eyes.
too?
Right there. What?
You have bonus to initiative, no?
Do I do?
You should. You should have +3, I believe.
Oh, that's right. I do.
Yeah, dexterity.
Yeah, I have 23.
Hey.
I have a 23.
I only have
gonna
15,
put an
but
arrow
it's
through
better than nothing.
somebody's freaking face. What is that?
Rocks, I'm assuming.
It's like a ditto. Put eyes in
Ditto
the
can be whatever.
mouth.
Nani desu?
I'm gonna be the very best, like no one ever was.
was. To catch them is my real test.
Defend them is my cause.
Pokemon!
Little Jimmy, fight for us.
He was bought with 1,000 gold dust.
No silver.
I don't know.
But
I just couldn't rhyme it. What are you gonna do?
He will be.
Is he drawing a giraffe skin?
It's actually a leopard.
Okay.
It's actually great.
I'm sorry to ask in advance. I'm sure you'll
That's a
tell us, but
bonfire.
do you know what
Or maybe a bonfire. Oh no, bonfire. That's a bench.
That's a 10.
That's definitely a bonfire and bench.
That's clearly a dragon. You guys are just stupid.
That's clearly a dungeon, and that's clearly a dragon. And here we have dungeons.
This is a tree.
and
This is
dragons.
symbolized where the actual trunk is.
Okay.
Alright.
It looks like a nipple.
It's a weird looking booby.
It's a really weird fucking nipple.
It's a gross.
Don't judge.
Weird areoles.
Areoles. Ravioli.
Is that related to a ravioli?
Give me the areoli.
Is that related to a ravioli?
Oh yeah, do y'all have minis?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we got them.
okay, and do we have the extra orcs as well?
Oh, yeah.
So we're really entertaining.
Oh, I thought I gave you enough.
David.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we're
Hi,
gonna use
David.
goblins this
We need to get
I got-
David
yeah,
into
how
a
many
one
do you
shot
need?
at some point.
Yes.
Can I have my?
Four more.
Can I have my?
Actually, 5. Sorry.
There's an orc.
We have 4 of them in
Four
here.
more.
There's an orc.
3 more.
We should have 4
There's an
total.
orc.
2 more.
And
Hey Jack, can I get my dwarf one? That one actually, the one in your hand, I think. Yeah, I like this one better.
oh, wait, oh, another one.
Well, 'cause that one has 2 hand axes, and I'm using it with its weapon, so.
How many more we need?
2 more.
Yeah, we can use that as one. You need 2 more, you said?
Yes.
Alright, and then also that
Actually,
one.
sorry, 1 more. I apologize.
You good?
I'm sorry, I didn't ask. Do we ever hit level 4?
No.
No? God damn it.
I need 1 more.
That'd be
You need
extremely,
one more?
that'd be extremely useful for this.
Here. Use that clown.
Alright.
That actual clown.
So,
Wait, are these orcs too?
everything is an orc.
Okay. Everything's an orc.
God
You're an orc, we're an orc, we're all orcs.
Everything is an
So,
orc.
who is who? This
I-
is Jakkar, and
This is
Yeah.
me.
you all are coming from this direction. This is where the orc ran in from.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is you.
Yes.
Okay. This is Akalius.
I want to stand there. No, I'll stand right there.
Oh, what about the other 2?
Gorram. Sorry?
The other 2 players, NPCs.
Yeah, where they at?
They're with you guys.
Yeah, but where? On there.
I don't know. We're going to have to find something for
Here.
them. This is distance.
Dude.
Who is this?
Oh, yeah, I can get some.
You want a better one?
That's not.
It did-
That
Kate
was me
just made
before,
it,
but I
like, all
switched that
over
one
easy.
because I like to be a.
We'll make this Sebastian.
Okay.
And
Wait, don't you have another archer?
is this you?
I do, but
That's
it,
the
it
cape.
has a cape, so it doesn't stand
We need,
up.
we need one
I'm in
more.
front, though. I'm in front.
Okay, we need 1 more.
I got.
Why is he?
Why are you an old man?
Yeah, why are you an old wizard?
I don't. Because he used my fighter model.
Can you see the map, Gorram? Oh, not well.
Yeah, turn it.
Not that well, yeah. You can
Alright, so
Okay, how much is each square
All
inch?
terrain.
5 feet. So, right here is you guys.
Okay.
That way is the circle of rocks. All of the large ink markings are going to be the rocks. In the center there is a bunch of orcs around a campfire, and the rest are on the perimeter. One of them, where is he? This one is actually on top of a rock. He was keeping guard.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So maybe this will be a little
Oh,
bit
hey.
of
You
you.
can put them all the way over there, maybe.
Yeah, why don't you face him this way?
Yeah, like, no, it's been like...
Oh, no, he's got it. No.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
good. I like that.
I couldn't see, so
Yeah, up on top of there. Yeah.
If it actually stays.
Hey, look. And then like turn, just not the mount, just turn that. Yeah.
a little bit more, maybe.
I mean, I think that covers all of it. You can see, like...
Yeah, you should be able to see the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
I forgot you can't see some of
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we can see.
Alright.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So...
Why am I not having... Where's my emotes? Approve emotes.
Oh my god. Oh my wow. Flick.
You see all of the orcs rush in to the center of the rock formation.
All of them. What about these ones out here?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
And you end up seeing 5 emerge.
Can I, no, I'm not.
I'd like to rage.
You said 5 feet, right, for all those?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to
You've all moved up at this point to meet
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But what did everyone roll for initiative?
23.
Was it an at 20?
It was an at 20. Yes.
Okay, so 20.
Plus, but it had the 3 plus.
It's nat 20.
But it's
It does technically do include the modifier.
I mean, it's a nat 20. If no one else rolled a nat 20, it's a nat 20.
You're a nat 20. Kiss me on the mouth then. I mean, what? Who are you?
I gotta go.
So we have Jakkar.
That's me.
Is this from Zyra? Or is it from you? You
Me.
degenerate.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Actually, probably both of us. Because I bite it and I let her bite it.
Jackson.
What did you roll, Akalius?
15.
15.
Oh, shit.
Roll that dice, boy.
Raz?
3. He's in front, rolls a 3. He's just gonna
Hey, at least
stand
you're a
there.
Misha. Ding, 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 ding.
That's so
Oh, look at you. You're having a problem rolling. Oh, no.
Oh, you
Gorram?
got it, boy. You got the roll.
Gorram, what did you roll?
17.
Hey.
Sacred flame.
And because of all of the trauma that Gorram has endured with Jakkar riding next to him this whole trip, on his first turn, he turns to Jakkar and goes, "Secret flame," and lights him on fire. Of course.
Doesn't?
Of course. Of course. See? There it is. Nat 2.
Natural 2.
Nat 2, boy.
Give me one more d20 roll.
Secret flame.
Me?
Yes.
For some reason I thought that was...
No, one of the orcs got a 3 because
Okay.
they suck.
Alright.
So, just for continuity's sake, these cannot see us, do anything, not interact with us. It's just these 5 at the moment.
Well, no, they're all very aware that you're there.
But they're
Yeah,
aware,
they
but
can't
they're like behind the rocks and shit. Well, I mean, obviously they can move us. I'm just saying for right this second, there's
We
rocks.
can't
and
see
stuff.
We're not going to get nailed by a javelin by one of these guys.
You also don't even know that they're there, technically, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. They're behind the rocks right now.
Okay, that's what. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so.
In
Jakkar,
5 feet squares, he said?
Oh,
Your
that's-
turn.
That's me.
5 foot squares.
That's me. I'd like to rage.
Wait, hold on. Did you do that?
Alright.
Swapped bodies.
Alright, so homeboy over there is in the middle, right? Roz is up front.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 over here, 2 over there. I want to move up with, I want to move up only 10 feet to the side. To get 10 feet closer with Aurora and myself.
Okay.
Yeah, right on the edge there. And I'd like to hunter's mark this man right here.
Okay.
This orc, this foul creature,
That orc.
this foul beast.
Okay.
I'd like to hunter's mark him, and then I would like to knock an arrow. And I can see him clearly, right? So what kind of weapon is he holding? Is he holding a bow?
He has a.
I don't think orcs can use bows, if I'm not mistaken.
He has a great axe.
He has a great axe. Perfect. So I'd like to knock
he
an
got that
arrow.
Great axe. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to knock an arrow and put it right into his axe wielding hand or
Okay.
arm. I mean.
You roll with disadvantage.
Why?
Isn't that below your minimum?
What?
What's the minimum distance for a
For a
longbow?
longbow?
Yeah.
That was 30 feet.
No, it's 100 feet, 400 for
What?
maximum.
I think it's
minimum.
600 for a max.
Oh,
That's 600 maximum, but I don't get disadvantage on anything.
Ben,
It's closer
the
than-
first number is the maximum range without disadvantage.
I thought it was 30 feet with any ranged weapon is disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm further than 30 feet.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like in your I'm in defense of your.
Yeah.
So the range is 150 to 600.
Yeah, but the it's not between 150 and 600. Like,
Well, I understand that.
Oh shit! There goes Dave.
Dave, no!
but like if he shoots over 150, then it's for disadvantage.
No, that's his range.
No, my range is 150 to 600. So if it's under 150 feet, I have disadvantage. That can't be because I've been shooting arrows at under 150 feet this entire
I
time.
thought it was within 30 feet for range attacks. I mean, I can check it really quick.
Yeah, check. Somebody please.
I promise I checked this because of the crossbow.
Okay. Am I even where I was? How do you look, Dave?
That's good. I can't see our characters, but I can see the rest of the map.
Okay, that's more what I'm aiming for. As long as you can see them.
Longbow, 150 to 600 heavy two-handed. Hold on. Range weapons. Take a blade. Where the hell? Those are all.
It'll be under Chapter 9 and Combat. What do you have, Luch?
So this is
It says if you have
PHB 147 listed under range. The first number is normal range of the weapon. And the second number is maximum. You have disadvantage if you fire beyond the normal range.
Right, but there's also a thing for firing close quarters
Says
with a
5
ranged
feet.
weapon.
Yeah, so
5?
closer
Okay,
than 5.
in
I
that
was
case
gonna-
you're fine then.
I was gonna say, like, I've been firing.
It's
weapons.
within. So it says 5 feet's normal. So it says within your opponent's melee attack range.
Okay, then yeah,
So-
you're fine.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Problem solved. We got you.
I thought so.
Because I was gonna say whenever I watch the show that they're always within attack range, they
Alright.
get
And
disadvantage.
then,
And if they're prone, you get disadvantage on ranged. Hey, what is
20,
that?
that's the 25.
Ooh, is that an actual 20?
No,
Oh,
it's an
19. Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely hit.
Yeah.
So it's an 8 plus the 6,
1d8 plus 3.
and then your hunter's mark.
I always forget. Like, why is it plus 5? That's part of my attack roll bonus.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
So the way the +5 works, it is your
That's my proficiency.
proficiency
Plus
plus
two.
your dex, and then you have the +2 for archery. So it's technically +7.
But that's for your attack
for
roll,
your
not for your
attack.
damage.
Right.
Damage is just plus your dex modifier, so
Right.
3.
Right, which is
Yeah.
how I got 25.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm at, so a d8 plus 3.
And then whatever your hunter's mark is. Is it a d6 or just a 6?
My hunter's mark is a
It's a
d6.
d6.
Okay, cool.
So 5. So I did 5. And then 7. So 7.
+3.
That was plus 2. So 5 plus 2.
Well, just the hunter's mark, so it's just
Hunter's
7.
mark is
Well,
2.
no, the first roll was a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
5.
So you knock an arrow and launch it at the orc on the far right, finding a sweet spot in the armor, dealing 7 damage.
So I was aiming for his arm, right?
Okay.
The arm with the battle axe.
Okay.
And was the 25 enough to hit where I was aiming?
Yes.
Okay, so even though I only did 7 damage, the idea was to disarm him. So he couldn't wield the axe. If that makes sense.
Make that a roll.
I mean, that's what the attack roll was for. That's what I was aiming for. Was his arm.
You can't really just say that afterward, man.
No, he did say
No,
it
that's
before
what
he made the roll.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's
He
what I
did
was
say he
saying.
was trying to disarm.
He
Yeah,
I swear to
yeah,
God, I
that's
promise.
exactly what I was.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Okay.
Neutral, I didn't hear anything.
I mean, I
No.
don't either, but
Yeah, no, that's the only reason I would have aimed for his arm, or otherwise I would have.
That's why he asked what kind of weapon he was
Yeah.
rolling. He said, "Great axe, perfect. I'd like to fire at his arm. I promise. Believe me."
looking for the key word there, disarm.
No, he said wielding the great axe. He wanted to fire it at his arm.
I
To
wanted
disarm.
to-
I
well,
swear
I
to
didn't-
God, he said.
I didn't say that. I know. In his defense, I didn't say the word disarm. I said I wanted to knock the axe out of his hand. I didn't say disarm him.
So you're knocking it out of his hand by hitting his arm.
Yeah, like I wanted to make sure that he couldn't use it. That was the idea.
You definitely land the arrow into his arm. However, he still seems like he's able to use it.
So he has,
So,
he has an arrow.
probably.
He has an arrow in his arm, and he's still holding this.
Probably the hand would be.
Alright.
What
Well,
you
so, I mean, that's what I was going for. So he took 7 damage.
Yes.
I didn't know you could actually do anything like that.
With this arm?
Well, I mean, you could probably do it.
There's only like a couple moves, like there's like maneuvers you can do, like fighters can do that can disarm people, but like again, it's
Well, with an arrow, I mean, the idea is if you. That's like, remember the one time when I was trying to put the arrow through the guy's hand so that pin it to the ground? Oh shit, so he couldn't get up.
Dave! Okay, we gotta find a better
Oh,
method.
right
Let's
there.
Put him over here.
Alright.
There you go.
Let's give you the lay of the land. Oh wait, is this loose or is it?
Yeah, it might be. Let me see.
There you
Start of
go.
my life.
how's that, David? Is that better?
Yeah, I can see pretty well.
Okay, cool.
I don't have to worry about him falling randomly.
Alright, is there anything else you'd like to do, Jakkar?
Let's see. I can't. He's marked, so he's still marked. I'm gonna save my ensnaring strike. D6. So okay. What is it? He only takes the hunter's mark every time I attack him
Yes.
until he dies.
Yep.
Right?
And then you can switch it to another. It's just like
See, the ensnaring strike is the one where he takes it every
Mm-hmm.
every turn until he saves.
Is Hunter's Mark a concentration spell?
Sorry?
Is Hunter's Mark a concentration spell?
Yes.
But I get as soon as he dies, I get it back.
Correct, but if you get hit with an attack, you have to roll for a Constitution saving throw, whether or not you keep
I
it.
can keep him.
Mm-hmm.
If you can keep it applied. Pretty much all my spells are like that.
That's pretty much most spells that are active like that.
Concentration, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if someone hits you, you have to roll to make sure you can keep Hunter's Mark on that target.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright. So, are you done with your turn?
Yes.
Gorram, it is your turn!
Gorram!
You're right here, Dave, if you're curious.
How far away am I from the three up front?
We're not going to do sideways
No,
movement.
diagonals,
What would be the best way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 45 feet?
Oh, quick question, real quick on opportunity attacks. Opportunity attacks is only when you're out of their reach.
Mm-hmm.
So if you walk past someone but you're still within the 5 meter range, that's not an opportunity attack.
And also, if you choose to disengage, you avoid all opportunity attacks.
So like for instance, if you walked up to this guy couldn't do an opportunity attack on you because you're still within his melee range. Pretty much.
Continue though, Gorram.
I'm going to get within 30 feet of those three.
Okay.
So where's that? 1, 2. Where did I put them?
Just
And
move
then I'm
5
going to
squares.
cast Bane on all three of them.
2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's close enough.
Let's go. Let's go.
What does that do?
Let's go.
It gives them like a minus 1d4, right? I think on their attack roll.
Yeah. If they fail the saving throw. Versus charisma.
Charisma? Okay.
So all 3
Yes.
of those ones.
What is, let me see. What is, your charisma?
My charisma is 10.
Okay. And actually, it's the spell save DC, right?
Yeah.
Right, they use
Yeah.
the spell DC on this.
So what is your
Which is,
DC?
12.
I think it's 12.
Can't find it. Hold on.
You also apply whatever your modifier is to that specific spell save DC.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I was curious about that.
Because I don't think I read that. If you could double check that for me.
It's usually on, if you're using D&D Beyond, it should be where your spells are.
I have you as a 12 spell save DC.
Alright, I think it's 12. You said it's by the spells?
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
on D&D Beyond. It should be under your, like where your spells are. I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
the
it's only
DC
if it's a
is
negative.
12.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's
Modifier is plus 2.
Yeah.
That's added to it.
Yeah. So it is 12.
Okay.
It's only if it's a
So they have to roll.
Spell attack is plus 4, whatever that means.
That's when you launch a ranged spell attack like guiding bolt, you have to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
So you just apply it like a longbow shot.
Yeah. So it's like your strength modifier, but to your.
And what was the effect if you failed? the saving throw? What was the effect?
So up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make charisma saving throws. Whenever a target that fails this saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw, before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract that number from the roll.
Okay, and what is the duration of the spell?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. So
So
that's
10
10 rounds.
Not bad.
Yep.
And then nothing if they succeed, I guess.
And it's those
These
3
three
he's
right
aiming
here,
at.
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Did they succeed or fail?
2 of the orcs seem to be affected by your bane.
Get fuck moons.
They kind of cringe at the... I don't know. What exactly is... How would this look?
I feel it would just be kind of
Mental
like
thing?
a curse. So I
Okay. They seem to kind of cringe and cower at the effect of your spell. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that is it.
Okay. Alrighty.
You guys start those 3 and then come around.
Akalius, it's your turn.
Do that.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. I would like to rage.
Okay.
hell you.
Hell yeah, brother! And then as I rage, I get so furious, I yell in Orcish, "You're all going to die."
Yeah.
And then
What does that sound like?
sounds like this. Alright, I'm gonna move. I have 5 feet of
Oh
movement.
man, I
right?
wanted to eat
Or
him
if I
into the
squeeze.
crowd.
25, yeah.
So
So
we
5.
need to do that.
3, 4, 5. I'm gonna get right in front of Jakkar.
Yes,
Mhm.
please, thank you.
I'm gonna take my javelin,
Okay.
as I tend to like to do, and I'm gonna straight yeet that motherfucker into the one that's already been hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeet it.
Alright,
So
15 armor class.
let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna do a reckless attack, and then alright, that's a 20 to hit. It's 5 plus 15, and then I'm also gonna use Divine Fury on that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, where's my javelin? It's 6 plus 5. That's 6, and then my d6 for the. It's a 5 plus 2, so 7. 7 plus 6, what's that?
13.
10 plus 6, 13.
Alright, so 13 points of damage to that one.
How would you like to end it?
Oh my fucking god. Come on.
So as I grab my spear, right, I'm gonna envelop it with just nothing, but this time, it's not radiant energy, it's necrotic. You just see my spear get covered in black and just fell energy. And then as I take it, I throw it,
Yeet.
and then in Orcish, as I throw it, and I say catch it, and then it hits him right between the eyes, and he just falls.
Alright.
Think.
That Urk is dirty. Alrighty.
Take one of my good thing about 13 javelins. Oh, do you have the pen gun so I can mark my javelin spot for later? If you don't mind, thank you. I can move this off the field, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Put an X.
I'm gonna put a J, just for javelin.
You all,
Thank you.
I need a cat. Wait, I have.
You have the captain. You are the captain.
Captain.
This is distance. Do we have his child on here?
No, we left them.
I thought they were hiding away.
Oh. I thought we left them.
No, the kid, him and.
I was gonna say, you all look off,
Distance and the kid are off to the side.
you all look off to the side and you see Distance playing patty cake with little Jimmy.
I'm gonna yell off and be like, make sure you're watching closely. And I'm also gonna look back to what's his name, Sebastian.
Mhm.
Like that's how we do it around here.
Impressive. Just wait till I'm up.
And then I high five Jakkar.
Does nothing.
And misses. I learned Indian spells on the way over. Yeet.
Yeet. Did you guys like that necrotic
Yes.
animation?
Great. I'm glad that you're able to kill the guy that I attacked. It's awesome.
Hey, now you can use your hunter's mark.
Yeah, great. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about concentration this time. Helps
The
you.
orc on the far left, one of which that has succumbed to Bane, draws his javelin with the intent to throw it at Gorram. And as he arches back to throw the javelin, for whatever reason he loses his balance and he actually falls backward and he lands on his back. He is now prone.
Ha! Little beach.
I'm gonna laugh.
I'd like to laugh.
I'm gonna use my bonus action.
Mhm.
Laugh. Just remember, friends, a prone opponent is only you get disadvantage with range attacks and advantage with melee attacks. This has been a public service announcement.
I hope I don't have to fight that smiling robot. Just kidding. He's alright. Everyone's alright. You've been bamboozled.
You've been banned.
Akalius, not Akalius, Gorram, what is your armor class?
I was like, I'm over here.
With my shield at 16.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 18 with my
Yeah,
shield.
yeah, chainmail, bro.
18.
The
You a thick boy now.
Mm-hmm.
the orc next to the one that just fell over, he also pulls a javelin with the intent to strike, and he throws it directly at you. And you manage to put up your shield, and you see it careen off of your shield and land in the dirt behind you.
Yeah, I got half damage. It's fine. That's why I'm in front of you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Aurora's just looking up at your satchel on your back, seeing the trace in there, like,
Oh, don't worry. I didn't forget about it.
So these two are Sebastian and Altarine, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Yep.
All terrain.
All-terrain crit fails, puts an arrow in the back of my head. That neat
Sebastian
motherfucker.
begins to run in the direction of the orcs and trips.
God damn it.
Of course.
I'm gonna turn back to Sebastian. Or no, that was Sebastian, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really how you do it, huh?
Impressive.
Shut up!
Impressive.
I must have hit a rock.
I'm just gonna
Raz,
middle of
it's
this
your
intense battle.
turn, Raz.
My turn.
Razal Desh.
Finally.
Which one did you throw the javelin at?
It's dead.
The dead one.
No, the one
You're
you're
here, this one.
No, the Sebastian.
Sebastian didn't
He
do anything.
tripped.
Oh,
He fell. He's an idiot.
He just tripped. He didn't throw anything.
He's just
So I have no weapons out though, right?
You
you
have
have
your, I think you had your
yeah,
longsword.
you
out.
called your.
I do have my longsword
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, because you did.
And then it's a whole action to take my shield out.
You can still move up to him if you want.
Yeah.
He moves up, draws his shield and sword. That's it? Yeah. That's it.
Brings it up.
No, there
Let's go, boys.
That's all I got.
You can taunt him.
The good news, when you get to a higher level, you could summon both of them with that same thing.
Wait, at the same time?
They're both bonus actions, so I mean, I could do
Wait,
that
you can
for
do two bonus actions at the same
You
time?
can't, but I could do that for you.
Hey.
Just to make it more like what you want from your character. It's just like right now, I don't want that to be a thing.
Alright,
So he wants the authority. He's like,
So right now I have my longsword in hand.
Yes. With a 16 armor class, so it's not like you're
just
a bitch.
run up to that homie and just smack him in the face.
Do what you're
Alright,
supposed to
I'll go take my longsword and I'll use my bonus action and cast Expeditious Retreat, which allows me to use dash as a bonus action, including on this turn, I believe, right? Did I get that?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So then that will allow me to move 60 feet, correct?
Yes.
So then I will move, I believe I counted this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are 5 feet, right?
do. Yeah, so you have 50, so
10,
two squares.
11, 12. These guys can't see me, right?
No, you're still, I mean, you can now see more of the inside of the rock formation, so you can see the ones that you have a line of sight on.
So then, seeing as how I don't have my other longsword or my shield out, I can wield it two-handed.
Yeah.
I will go ahead on this one, and I'll cast Booming Blade and go.
And you get advantage now. Or do you roll for an attack on moving blades, or is it a saving throw?
It's a melee attack. No.
Oh no, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Because he should
Sorry.
be able to.
Well,
do...
no. I was making sure that expeditious retreat as a thing wasn't an action, but it's a bonus action. Okay. So yes, you could cast booming blade, but you have to land the attack. That's the big thing.
Correct, but I do get advantage, right? Because he's prone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Melee.
Doesn't need it.
We'll try it again. You might get that.
You might get a crit.
Doesn't hurt to see.
Boy, hit that crit. Oh,
What? Doesn't
19.
hurt to see.
What's your attack?
And then damage, so that's going to be 8 plus 5 and now plus 2 to dueling. So that, or plus 3 and then dueling, so 5. And then that's,
Hey, it's like my rage.
8. Where's my 8 at?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, it's still
So that's
Okay,
like
sorry,
6.
6.
God damn
And
it.
if he moves, he has the.
It's not, he's just going to attack me, so that doesn't count.
He has to get up as a full action.
Yeah,
I think he has to willingly move the space.
but he has to get up still. He can't
He
attack
still
you.
has
He has
to get up.
He's prone. It's an action to get up.
Well, it's half his movement to get up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I forgot. I always
I
forget
thought it was a whole
It's 16.
Oh wait! Damn it! It's a D10. It's not a D8. D8's one-handed. D10.
The longsword?
Longsword is versatile.
It's
If you wield
because
it two-handed. It's a D10.
Yeah, D10 it gives you more if you do.
Okay.
Just like Gorram
Reroll
stuff.
that shit, boy.
Yeah, we
let me?
Roll it. Yeah.
D10 is...
Your guy would have known that. Luch doesn't know anything. It's the same thing.
It was fate, my
So you know what that is? That's when you're playing basketball and someone says, that's a foul, and you're like, no, it's not, and you say, shoot for it. Misses.
Yeah.
Wasn't a foul.
Let's do the damage.
Yeah.
At least you didn't fail the other
Do the damn damage.
6 damage.
7.
Alright. 7?
Wait,
You
no,
are-
no, I'm
six.
sorry. 6,
Six.
you're right. Sorry.
You walk over to the helpless orc on his back,
Rolls a 1.
and wielding your longsword, you come down on him. It doesn't quite penetrate his armor, however, he definitely feels it. And you can assume that you've definitely done some damage to him.
I
the exact
use my action surge,
Okay.
and I'll attack him again.
Okay.
Fighters, man, what are you gonna do?
That
Nice.
definitely hits.
It's a hit.
And then
What is it?
17.
17 plus his damage. Hey, there
4,
we go.
so 9.
Hey, there we go.
9.
Nice, nice.
Now we're talking.
How would you like to end
There
it?
we go, baby.
I'm gonna curb stomp his ass.
Oh, sh.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking and then slide it.
With your sword?
My God.
No, with my foot. I'm gonna fucking just. Can I do that?
Did
Is
you
that
attack
allowed?
with your sword?
Well, you
I mean-
attacked once with a sword, and the second attack could be his
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Is
just.
that-
I thought it
will
was
you
just
allow
attack
that?
with a sword.
Yeah, sure.
I
Two
will.
different
I will
attacks.
Gears of War curb stomp him. Just fucking
Put his teeth on the thing and Generation X's ass.
Just grab him over and just
That'd be me and Jakkar because we're practically Nazis for
First
orcs.
orcs.
I will curb stomp him, and then I'll just kind of look at the orc next to me. But he can't see my face again. Helmet.
I'm gonna yell to you. Now that's more like it.
I'm silent. I ignore him.
I'll remember that later.
So I'm silent. Motherfucker, I'm
He
silent.
did. Over here. Stand here triumphantly with your trident.
Wizard beating him with his staff.
The orc standing next to you, wielding its great axe, swings it heavily and finds its strike to land true.
Ooh, direct mate.
Wait, what? How?
I only have 16 armor class.
Yeah, he doesn't have his shield up yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Still. Our opponents always roll very well.
It's the tower.
Must be
The Tower of Terror.
Tower of Fear.
Dealing 14 damage.
Get tickled bitty.
14 damage.
Are you knocked out?
No.
That'd be hilarious.
He just gets one
It
hit.
is 5
The
HP.
tank gets one hit. You were like, uh-oh.
I'll take it.
Okay.
She said.
Wait, do you have an option?
Shield.
Sacred Flame?
Just as a thing, before I actually say, like, damage or anything, I need you to actually have that in your head. Like, if I say it hits...
It says on a triggering attack.
I know, it's a reaction, which is why
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if you hear the word hit,
That's a reaction.
I'd prefer you to react and say shield. as opposed
okay.
to I do this much damage and you calculate.
Oh,
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, no
That
problem.
didn't make sense.
I was gonna say that's not fair. Otherwise,
Yeah.
why would you feel?
It takes 1 damage. I'm good.
Yeah,
Takes
no.
20 damage. Shield.
Right.
Oh, I have a bonus action heal built in the fighter anyway. So.
Okay.
All right.
Second
So
wave is my turn again.
I think. Or is it
There's
another?
one.
it
that
is
one has
now
one more.
Altarine's turn.
Even with the minus D4, this guy got the hit on me.
Mhm.
I should have fucking shielded. I would have fucking blocked that, wouldn't I?
All right.
But it's not gravely injuring me, and I still got my second one, so.
I don't know, man. We might see second Luke's character.
He spends all his time with his character annoying Ben just to get killed again. Ben secretly is out for him, trying to kill
I
him.
play Sebastian.
Comes back.
He plays Altarini, he can't talk, that'd be great.
Comes back as a mute. We're like,
Bless. The RP would be great.
Where is it?
If you have anything to say, tell us otherwise. Okay, cool, let's go. I will take that gold from you. Oh, Lurelion.
The Altarine knocks an arrow into his longbow and aims it at the orc who just struck you, and finds a sweet spot, dealing 10 damage.
Hey, there we go.
boy.
Clap it, doom, cheeks. I apologize, I forget we're on stream sometimes.
All right.
Oh shit.
It is now Jakkar's turn.
Yeah.
This is what Bloodlust does.
Yeah.
I get excited.
Yeah. Alright, I am going to. Let's see, what do I want to do?
Oh.
I'm Hunter's marking this man right here.
Okay.
I'm
We're
gonna.
just gonna, let's just kill these guys and we'll work our way over. So we can clear this side and then we'll
This
work.
side?
Yeah, get this guy.
No, this guy's almost dead.
Yeah,
Right?
but
I can hit him. I can hit him with an arrow from here.
I mean, do what you want. I just figured that was the plan.
Because I'm gonna hit him and then I'm gonna move up. Because then the next turn I can.
I mean, I'm just gonna go kill that guy next.
All right, then I'm not even gonna move up. Little bitch ass.
Punk ass.
All right, I'm going to Hunter's mark that guy, right? Then I'm. See, oh, that's it. No, I'm gonna. We're knocking another arrow. Then we're gonna put an arrow. Right in that guy's. Well, we're just gonna hit it. We're gonna hit him with an arrow.
This one?
Yeah, that
Okay,
guy.
Hunter's mark.
He's
So
already.
we're gonna shoot that guy with an arrow.
Yeah, after I Hunter's marked him.
Oh, don't forget before you do have Bardic Inspiration, so you have one.
Yeah. Question about that.
Dave, you also have Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, don't forget.
Before you can re-roll.
I'm saying like I have to say it before he says if it hits.
Technically,
Right.
as long as if you roll it and you're like, I don't.
So
think
don't
that's
say
gonna...
if it hits right away.
Yeah, so if you roll it and you're like, oh, I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration
I
before he
roll
says
it
anything,
again.
then you can go again. Yeah.
Or is it a roll again, or is it a +6 to the roll?
No, it's a
You
re-roll.
roll another 6, and you add 6.
You
to
add
it.
6
Okay,
to it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, just saying. Oh, you're clapping, dude.
Alright, that's
good,
good. That's a 25. Alright, and then.
So which one are you aiming at?
This
This
guy
one,
right
that
here.
one that
Okay.
Altering did to damage too.
Yeah, no, that's 10. I always get those confused. Alright. And then
So
this
this
is
Luke
piercing
Shredder.
is 8 plus 3, okay. 4, 3, that's going to be 7 plus the 600 mark. So 2, that's 9.
9 damage?
Yes.
How would you like to end
Hey! Get it. We're going to get it. And I'll put it. Alright, so.
Oh, no.
I-
Okay.
I put the arrow in my bow. Before I look down, I look down at Aurora and I say, "This one's for you, girl." And then I launch the arrow, and it goes right over the shoulder of this guy. And right as it goes over the shoulder, this one turns as he hears me, whatever I said to Aurora. He just hears something over there, and he looks. And as soon as he looks, it just goes right between his eyes, and he's just like, and then it falls
You guys
over.
right between the eyes.
Because you know they dead when they get hit right between
Yeah.
the eyes.
And he just looks over and sees it coming, and it's just like,
Oh, he did.
and he did. Save your ways.
Oh, don't worry, I'm fine.
Alright.
Raz right now is.
Did you see that, brother? One for me.
High five.
Hey.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to now move up over by Gorram.
Okay. Someone want to move?
So me and Aurora can move over there.
Alrighty. It is now Gorham's turn. There is an orc about 15, 20 feet away from you, so within your range.
You're right here,
Alright.
and it's right here.
Alright, I'm going to run at him with my hammer and attack.
Beat the shit out of him, bro.
Alrighty. Give me an attack roll.
You got this. Going for the yeet.
19 total.
You definitely hit. Give me a damage roll.
6.
6 total?
Yeah, 6 total.
Is that with the strength modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way he said that sounded like the SpongeBob episode. What did I score, Mrs. Puff? 6.
Oh, yeah.
100.
600.
You rush at the orc, and you swing your warhammer, and it seems like he was kind of prepared for it. He put up his guard. However, you swing so mightily that he still suffers damage from it, despite his preparedness.
Hey.
Akalius, it's your turn.
So I am going to move up here to this one.
I like rage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there.
All right.
I'm gonna, in Orcish, I'm gonna say, "You cannot escape death," and I'm gonna take out my great sword and cleave this motherfucker in half.
Let's see it, bro.
Let's see that damage.
See that roll.
It's 20 to hit.
Ooh.
And I'm also going to use Divine Fury as per usual. So this is a 2d6. Now I have 2 of them. I can roll at the same time.
Same time, cat.
Ooh, it's 8 plus 5. That's what?
13.
13?
Nice.
And then my d6 for Divine Fury.
Shit.
Woo! 6 plus 2, that's 8. So what? 22?
14 and
Wait.
8. 14 and 8.
4, 4, 8, 5, 13, and then 8. Oh, where did you get the plus 2?
I mean,
The last plus 2?
it's
So, you
my
got a
Divine
6 on your
Fury.
Divine Fury.
It's 6 plus half of my Barbarian level.
Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, then yeah, fuck it.
So it's 22 points of damage.
22 damage. How would you like to end his ass?
Alright, so I roll up to him, take my greatsword out, and then I become, hey!
Josh
he's
is
back.
back.
Hi.
Hey, distance.
It's halftime.
Oh, nice.
What's going on?
Alright, so I'm actually killing a guy. Listen, I'm killing him. Hold on.
He comes in from.
Have your son watch. Hold on. So I take my greatsword out, and again, as I'm enraging, it's not radiant energy, it's necrotic. It's just shut the fuck up. So it's just black energy just radiating, and then I just cut him straight in half.
He lands in half, surrounded by fell energy.
And then I'm gonna pick up my javelin. That's right there as well as my bonus
My
action.
child starts crying.
The child starts crying.
I pick up my. Oh, as my bonus action, I'm gonna take this one's teeth out.
Okay. Fucks it. Alrighty. Hey, seeing as how you're back, distance, it's your turn. Last time it was your turn, you played patty cake with little Jimmy off to the side.
Why is his name Jimmy?
What would you like to do now? The gang seems to be.
We're still gonna just stay on the sidelines and just observe the battlefield.
Can you just at least do like
try to
a
teach them strategy.
vicious mockery at somebody?
You can cast healing words on me.
No, I'm good.
Jimmy's learning, man.
He said no, I'm good. Uncle
Alright.
Akalius is
So
showing up on fucking.
Distance's turn.
And then I'm also gonna turn to fucking Gimpy McGee who fell on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Be like, again, this is how it's done. This isn't fucking amateur hour. By the way, I can see this whole group now, right?
Yes, you can.
God. I'm gonna be like, there's a lot fucking more of them.
See, this is when we need fucking Josh and his Thunderwave.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
run in and thunderwave that switches.
Yeah, if you die, you die. I mean, fuck it.
It's alright, we'll come get you.
Sebastian gets up and moves closer to the group.
Nice job, buddy.
Do we know what Sebastian is? He's just like
He's human.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, that's fine.
Wait,
Just
what?
curious.
I thought he was human.
No, he's a human. I was just wondering like what he is.
Oh.
No one ever asked him.
Hey, Sebastian! What type of fighter are you
I
again?
don't give a fuck what he is. He ain't doing shit. He tripped over a rock.
He
while
looks
was in
really
battle.
angry at you. I don't know. He just.
Are you raging? I can't tell. Is that right? Be careful. You gotta hit something or it goes away.
You know how to use those spells?
All right, Raz, it's your turn.
Hey.
me.
I'll use my bonus action and cast Second Wind on myself.
Okay.
So that gives me a 1d10
Plus your fighter
plus my
level.
fighter level.
Mm-hmm. And since you're 3, I'll give you the benefit and do 2, because that's what I did with Caleb previously.
Oh no, it's just my fighter level.
Oh yeah. You're right.
So 8.
8.
So
All right, you heal for 8 damage.
It helps.
It does help.
You can take out a shield now.
You could.
Just because we're about to.
Oh, there's a guy right next to you.
But he has like no health. You guys can finish him later. I mean, at least if you have your shit off, any of these guys attack you, it'll be good.
I mean, Aurora's about to get a kill, you know what I'm saying, if you don't kill him, so...
That's more point.
Wait, has he been hit? Oh, yeah, he got hit by Dave.
Yeah, he took like 6 or 7 points of damage.
Okay, so he just needs another.
I just figured if we have a whole other wave to fight, might as well have your shield out so you don't get fucking caught.
How much damage did that guy take?
He took 6.
Yeah, so
6 damage.
So he still has a decent amount of health.
He's like at most 9, right?
I think it takes like 15
Yeah.
health to kill him.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've only been hitting like 20s on these guys, so I don't know.
Overkill over there, brother.
Yeah, I'll pull my shield out.
Alrighty, you pull your shield. You feel the security of the shield in front of you, and you feel much stronger.
Yeah, with a 19 armor class.
Yeah, now we got 2 fucking shielded beasts just like around.
So I can't take an action even if I don't move?
Feels bad, man.
Hey, at least it's out now, you don't have to worry about it.
It's out.
Oh, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, there's a lot more.
Yeah, then
We got a lot more to deal with here in a second.
Wait, hold on. Can they see me? Those... Since I'm behind the rock?
Anything that you have line of sight on, so it's like
Nothing.
Yeah.
1, maybe 2.
Maybe
See
that
you.
one, yeah. Meanwhile, their entire clan sees my bitch ass. So.
Yeah, they see that little bitch ass.
And then there's one on top of the rock over here.
He's enraged.
I'll actually move it right here. They can't. Then no one can see me, right?
You have, the man has a 19 armor class. He's hiding behind a rock.
I have 14. I'm just like.
I'm not taking... dude, bro, if all those guys see me, they just look at me.
They would
I would literally be Ace Ventura.
Gorram!
19.
The orc that you swung your warhammer at retaliates with his great axe.
Meanwhile.
He swings, coming down hard from straight above.
Meanwhile.
And you manage to jump back and dodge as he plows his axe straight into the ground. He misses you.
Alright, who farted?
Ben did.
Bended.
God farted.
God farted
God
and then
farted.
it thundered. Thundercats!
Oh!
What is it? 2d4 plus 4.
So no, we're not even in the valley up here. No, we're not, right?
We're at the edge of it.
Altarine knocks another arrow from his quiver. Not his quill.
Quilver.
Pen.
It takes out a pen. It's mightier than the sword.
He shoots directly at the orc in front of Gorram and lands a strike, dealing another 6 damage.
No,
that
that
guy's
bitch is one hit.
That bitch is...
One shot. He's one
Jakkar, it's your turn.
Oh. I'm gonna lean over. I'm gonna ruffle Aurora's fur in between her ears, down her back, and I'm gonna whisper in her ear, and she's gonna bare her teeth and just leap straight at that orc.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Misses, hits the rock.
Breaks her nose all over teeth.
Aurora?
Bro, give me this crit fail.
Oh my god, 1.
No, it's a 2.
No, I'm saying like 1 like to almost crit fail.
This is why our name is...
Hey, that too!
But it's an 8, technically, because it's plus 6 to hit, right?
Yeah, but then I should also Bardic Inspiration it.
No, there's no way you would hit it even if you got a 4 on Bardic Inspiration.
What,
They have
is it
15
a 4? I
armor
thought it was
class.
a 6.
It's a 6.
Oh, but even still, like what? So you have 6, 8, so you
14.
still wouldn't even hit if you rolled max on all of them.
Yeah, we use it.
They have 15 armor class.
Are we sure? Is that what it is?
I'm pretty 100%
I thought it was
sure.
lower.
I remember when we fought them before. I had a 50, or I think I had to use 15 to hit. So.
But that's if you roll a maximum on your Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, I wouldn't
too.
waste it. Just.
To take notes, is that what you said?
I did, but I can't remember. Actually, before I even did that, I wanted to 100 mark it, so that's my bonus action anyway. So I guess I'll do that after because she's gonna miss, right? So she failed her attack. So she was overzealous and failed.
She's too bloodthirsty.
Gorram, would you like to tee this thing up?
She's up. She would
It's
be
her
up. By,
turn.
she would be up there by him, right?
Yeah, she's up there by him.
So like he just like brushed. He just like brushed her off.
Right.
Little-
Oh yeah, she pounced on him and he
brushed her off. Yeah.
Mhm.
At least you didn't crit fail and just like jump into the
Good
road.
So
try, Aurora.
The orc, is he still alive?
Yes.
Barely.
Very little
Barely.
health.
3 health.
Yeah, I will hit him again with my hammer.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Roll that shit.
Please tell me he dies.
16. I'm sorry, 17.
Yep.
You hit.
Close him out.
Rolls a 1.
I hate to see it. I mean, do you think if you rolled a 1, it's still
9
good?
total.
Woo!
9 total. How would you like to end him?
I just want to do a good square hit right in the chest and knock him backwards.
Ooh, but like with like the top of his warhammer, just like.
Are you
Gorram?
I was just like,
Alright, you do that. The orc stumbles
Oh,
backwards
okay.
into the
Smash
rock
the
and
rock.
bashes his head up against it as well. Just for
yeah.
further measure. He falls to the ground dead.
alright, well,
As this happens, you hear a horn come from the middle of the camp. Two more of the orcs turn around and face you. One of them moves to the front of the camp. Or the front of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we will end the night.
Oh.
But,
Dun dun dun.
but, but,
Dave,
but,
actually, no, we'll end it there.
but,
Oh.
but.
I would like every one of you to consider everything you want in a level 4 character. And I would like for you to send it all to me. That way we can have it prepped for next session.
Alright, I'm already ready.
Hey. I'm ready to.
Cool.
Alright.
Good stuff, boys. May not die.
Good way to not die.
Guys, use my inspiration efficiently.
We didn't need it.
Yeah, we'll still have it for next session though. So.
Thanks for not giving it to me.
You didn't need it. You're hiding. You had 19 armor class hiding behind a rock. You don't need it.
Bro, okay, first of all,
I
went into the heat of the fray with 16 armor class.
I have
He
14.
has 14 and he's just raging and charging in.
Yeah, but he also has, fucking +5 Divine Fury and fucking...
I just clean everything. I killed everything I wanted to hit.
He is able to throw a javelin of necrotic energy at something and do 18 damage.
I'm just saying, you're the
Feels
tank and
good.
you're the one hiding.
Yeah.
I thought you were a little.
If I was standing right here, they would all be... And then you just see...
Good to see you guys.
I mean,
Alright.
fine. Alright, thank
Dave.
you.
Alright, I will,
You
I'll
have a
see
good
you
one,
guys
man.
later.
See you guys.
Get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks everybody on the stream. See you next week.
Yeah. Is it a Wednesday yet?